fans? What's going on? How you doing? Okay, now it's working. Hey, we had some technical difficulties, but we're good. We got things going here. How are you? What? Okay, here. Okay. So welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft. Um, it is really exciting to be here. Andy and I are pumped because we really want to get some questions in here. And if not, we have plenty of other things to go with, and that is Andy's hand. So, welcome, Andy.
Hello, everybody.
So we're excited to get this. One of the biggest things here that I'm trying to do. Get it again. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks, but this is what happens when you go live and do all this stuff. There we go. Okay, so we'll get some questions in here. Hopefully, you guys can join, and we're really looking exciting to this. And go on YouTube. I put the link out there. Hopefully, we'll get some questions. Like I said, if not, we'll be good. We'll figure this out. So, we're gonna also put some clips this year. I'm gonna put some clips of Andy and I making some really goofy suggestions about what it's going to take for the Packers to win a Super Bowl. But we're really excited, and we can't wait to talk draft. The Tennessee Titans is on the clock. Andy, do you want to add anything before we see what Tennessee does?
This 100th episode
Yes,
of
Packers Blitz.
is brought to you by Stella Artois.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Yeah, we also have Spotted Cow, Nuclearis Brewing Company.
Yes. We need a sponsor if you guys can sponsor us. So I think the first pick is
We need
pretty.
several sponsors.
I think the first.
Well, it's Cam Ward. It's going to be Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Um, One of the things putting over here is we're really we're really in the NFL where, and Matt LaFleur said this when he was interviewing with Dan Patrick. He said, if you don't have a quarterback, you're screwed. And if you look at the Commanders last year, Andy, what happened? They got a quarterback.
They got their quarterback. I think they got their quarterback, didn't they?
Mm. So,
plus Cam Ward can suck it because he was saying some bad things about Green Bay. There's nothing to do and this and that. So it's like if you're in any place, you got to find things to do.
yeah,
Mr. Ward. So
yeah, and it's ridiculous too because um, one of the biggest things is you're playing football, right, Andy? Why do you want to do anything else other than play football? Like, who? Why do you want to be out all night? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, I mean, all of us wish we could be as great athletes as these gentlemen that are about to be picked tonight, and all of us wish we were playing professional football in the NFL. Actually,
Yeah,
I mean, we all
yeah,
wish we would have been able to do that, but we not all of us are as gifted as they are. So
yeah. And again, like I said, your focus should be on football, especially as a rookie. You should not be able to be like, oh, I'm staying out all night and I'm gonna get, come on, man. How, excuse me, how has that worked out for anybody, Andy? Right?
right,
Come on. So I think that's ridiculous. And yeah, they're right now we cannot, as you know, the NFL is a stickler. We can't show you obviously the picture, but right now they're talking to whoever, which is probably Cam Ward. And okay, well that's fine. Um, I
Well,
mean, it's not like a big deal.
I'm on Wikipedia right now. It says Cameron Anthony Ward is an American professional football quarterback for the Tennessee Titans of the National Football League. What does that mean? Look at this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. That's hilarious.
It already predicted it. It already happened. I should have put all my money
You
in.
should have put your money on it,
all
right?
my money in. It already says it on Wikipedia, so I think it's a done deal.
Yeah, it's a done.
Did they make the pick yet?
No,
Okay.
but everybody sits here and they goof around and come on, you know who you want. Really, the things don't start getting really crazy until the 8th, 9th, 10th pick because no one's going to trade unless you're like just crappy team and you're like, I need a quarterback and trade up to one, but you're giving away your future.
The Titans pick is in.
There you go.
I wonder who it is.
I wonder who it is. You know,
Cam Ward out of Miami.
You know what I miss,
Probably.
Andy? You know what I miss is when Mike Ditka traded all his pick for Ricky
Williams. Ricky Williams.
that has to be the worst.
Go all in.
All in.
Yeah.
And I remember when they asked Mike Ditka, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "He's the best player in the draft. We only need him." And you're like, "Really?
Really?"
Mike Ditka took too many hits and drank too many beers when he was in Chicago.
Yeah, he didn't want to be GM that night to just take the rest of the night off.
No, he didn't. And really, what's funny to me about this too is the fact that it just doesn't make sense that you would trade everything for that. I have no idea why you would do that. So anyway,
and
we'll
as you're all seeing this, I've got some movie posters up in the back. Sorry.
Secret Lair.
Looks like an alien's coming down on with an Independence Day over there. That's actually my light that's above us. But sorry for the glare, everybody. But
all right. So when Roger Goodell comes out, we do the annual boo.
Do we?
Boo! Yeah, Roger Goodell sucks.
And he's wearing white tennis shoes.
He's wearing white tennis shoes.
Good for him. Good job.
He just,
Titans
here we go.
Going to pick somebody. I wonder who it is.
2025 NFL Draft.
According to
Tennessee Titans
Wikipedia,
select
it is Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Woo! Second.
Oh, we got it right. We got it right.
Woohoo! We're 1-0. So Andy and I, as you guys know, we keep track. Last year we gave up because the picks were flying and the trades were flying, and we were like, screw it. We got to like the 5th pick. We were like, yes. And then like after that, we were like, yeah.
I think we got 5 or 6 out of
we
the
did,
top 10.
yeah, we did pretty again.
But that's really not, doing a whole lot.
So
if you get like 7 or 8 out of the top 10, that's pretty darn good.
So Andy's gonna be my research guy tonight, but I got my phone. Somebody talked about, Andy, if you could look it up, there's some Georgia like linebacker that's supposed to be taken like in the 3rd or 4th round. I know that's hard to look up, buddy, but some people were saying that the Packers are gonna take him. Like he shouldn't go to the 3rd or 4th round, this guy from Georgia, but we're gonna take him. And if that's true, I'm literally going to drive down tonight and punch Goody in the balls. And whoever wants to come with me, come with me. So I'll see if Andy can find it. I'm sure it's just Twitter mumbo jumbo. Probably doesn't mean anything. By the way, Cam Ward, I'm going to tell you right now. One, you go into a town that, in my opinion, it's a great sports town, Nashville. I have nothing against it. However, they're going to think you can come in there and do what Jaden Daniels did, do what Patrick Mahomes did what Andrew Luck did, you can go down the line. I don't see Cam Ward doing that. I watched some games, and Andy, please step in. I saw some games in Miami.
Okay, so that it looks like could I mean, there's Jelon Walker,
Yeah. Okay.
um, and there's Shmuel Shmuel Mondin
Smell.
Jr., but I'm not sure which one was supposed to go
Okay. It was probably
in the
nothing.
third round, but
Yeah, it's probably
yeah.
nothing. It was probably nothing. And I
Oh,
hope it's.
Jacksonville moved up, John. They're picking
Oh,
number
our first
two.
one, Jacksonville movie. Who are they going to take?
They traded with the Browns. Gosh, I would guess
Get the
they're gonna.
list. They don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, no, they're gonna pick the.
Offensive lineman.
No, they're gonna pick the guy who can play cornerback and wide
Oh,
receiver.
not Shredder, whatever his name is. That the different guy. I always forget his name. Yeah, and he's gonna look that up. I know you guys who's listening here are probably going, whatever,
Whatever.
guy.
Well,
But
that's why you would move up. I
yeah,
would
this is
guess they
crazy.
don't need a quarterback. I would assume, right?
No, no.
So you get a guy who can play defense and offense. So
Yeah, but I don't really understand that pick. Um, the moving up, but okay, we will see that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused about that. I'm going to share. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little weird, but we'll see who what's going on with this. Um, I I don't know. I'm a little confused by it. What do
yeah, I
you
mean the
got?
Browns were supposed to pick second, and now they just traded out of there.
So
So
the Browns got what? They didn't say yet, huh? Didn't say yet what they got
right
for
here, yeah,
uh
yeah, right here, everybody.
right there. So why don't you
Browns
tell
Browns
everybody?
received the fifth overall pick, second and fourth round picks in 2025, also,
Hmm.
and a first round pick in 2026. Holy schmoly.
That's so
That's a lot.
that
So the
is a lot.
Browns received the fifth overall pick in this year's draft, the second and the fourth round picks of this year's draft. So you're talking three picks
Hmm.
out of the first four rounds that they've got and a first round pick in 2026. That's a
Wow.
lot. Jaguars did receive the second overall pick and a couple more picks from them, and then it just went off the screen. So it wasn't straight up for the second pick in the draft. So
Yeah, right. Okay. Um, hmm. That's interesting. Um, yeah. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. Um, hmm.
the picks in for the Jaguars. So
Okay, so they know what they were doing. Um, hmm. Oh, that is weird. Okay. Oh, wow. Travis Hunter goes to.
Travis Hunter, yeah, that's who it was. That's who
Yeah,
I was
they
talking
goes to
about.
the
Colorado
Jaguars.
cornerback wide receiver Travis Hunter
Yeah.
was
Well,
number two to the Jaguars. So we were right about that. We just couldn't remember his name.
hey,
It
it's a long day, folks.
was a
Long
long
day.
day.
Long
Technical
day.
difficulties, and then
Hmm.
we're gonna get up to speed really quick. Let's have
Yeah.
another beer. So Travis Hunter. Yeah, Travis Hunter. Yeah, dual threat.
Yeah, I
Plays both
mean,
sides of the football, cornerback and wide receiver. So,
yeah, I mean, okay.
oh, that's a lot to give up for a non-quarterback, but whatever.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, I mean, I think that you just in today's day and age, you just have to. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, so then okay, then the Giants, who are they gonna take?
It looks like it's gonna be Abdul Carter, edge rusher, probably.
Mm, hmm.
They're gonna make their defense even better.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, you know, they may pick a running back too, but I doubt it.
There we go. I got the chat up, folks. So please, if you're watching this, go to it and ask us some questions. Okay, dude. What is he waiting for? Let's go, buddy. Let's keep this thing going. Come on, you can do it. What I don't know what he's like. Put the captions on or something because I don't know what he's saying. Like he's like,
Travis Hunter.
Travis
Travis Hunter, I'm sure.
Hunter. Yeah, I got you.
They were showing him, so it has to be Travis Hunter.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're doing with.
Jaguars with a bold move.
Yeah, I mean they have to do something because
Well,
they're
they have one of the worst offensive lines in the
yeah.
National Football League, so that doesn't help that. But hopefully
No, I
they'll
mean
address that later. But the problem is they don't have a first, a second, or a fourth round pick.
yeah,
They just used their first round pick, of
yeah,
course, but they don't have a second round
yeah,
or fourth. So
yeah. And one of the biggest things too is their quarterback. What's his name again? They have right now. I always forget his name.
Rumpelstiltskin,
Rumpelstiltskin. Yes. Uh,
Russell Wilson, everybody.
um,
I think that's who they've got right now.
Jaguars? No, they
Oh,
have
the Jaguars. Oh, they got Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, and he can't stay healthy. I mean, give me
No,
a
because he's getting beat up because his offensive line sucks.
yeah, yeah. So I
Thought we were
mean,
talking Giants for a second.
no, no. I
Giants are on the clock. So
I think I like Travis Hunter, but I think his career is going to be cut short. I think he's going to have like a short, good career, like 4 or 5 years, and he's out of the NFL. Because one, you can't play both positions and and get anywhere really. Um, and two, this is the NFL, baby. You got guys, freaking linemen who can run at 4.5, 4.6, 40. So I mean, and I just I don't know. We'll see. You never know. He might be the second coming of Randy Moss, and if he is, as a receiver, and then he's back out playing corner, that's a lot to ask. And especially if you're in, let's say you're playing the Packers, and it's 20 below, and you just froze your butt off, and then you got to come out again. I mean, again, he didn't play against top talent. I feel, um, we'll see. I just have a big old question mark about him, and I could be wrong. And who knows? And a lot of it's from Jackson State. So I mean, Andy, I don't know what you have to add about that. Anything to add about him playing at Jackson State? And
now I'm trying to figure out who the Giants are going to pick.
oh, okay,
But I think it's Abdul Carter probably. So
yeah.
they're going to go
Well,
defense again.
you got
So,
you got Rumpelstiltskin there.
but the
You
thing
got
is,
yeah,
they had Shadur Sanders in, but he hasn't been interviewing very well.
yeah.
Like he's been really cocky, and which teams do
Mm,
not like. They like
no,
quarterbacks that are just a little bit humble here and there, and he's
yeah,
not.
no, he's not.
So I don't know. What do the Giants do at this point? They've got a coach and a GM on the hot seat, so
Yeah,
they have to win. You
yeah,
would guess now. The
yeah.
only way you do that is with a quarterback. So
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a
well,
good
picks
question.
in for the Giants. So
Okay. So, it's going to be a big. I don't know. I'm originally wanted to take the edge rusher from Penn State, but now you're kind of like, okay, I
yeah,
I
what are
would
they gonna do?
if they take Jackson Dart, I'm gonna be like, oh boy,
Well,
Giants do it again.
my guess is because they have Russell Wilson now, and then they picked up another quarterback besides him. He's
Yeah,
Yeah, so they
yeah.
got a couple more veteran quarterbacks. So
Lambeau
my
Field.
guess is they are not going to take a quarterback, and so you're going to start seeing some of those guys fall. But um, we'll see in a minute.
Yeah, you gotta go to commercial and do all this other stuff. Um, I think one of the biggest things about this draft is there's a bunch of, and especially in rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow, there's a bunch of like players that are kind of tweeners. You can bulk them up, like I was talking last night about this one edge rusher from South Carolina, who played safety and corner, and then they bulked him up and they put him on his edge, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know. You can't. It's like jack of all trades, master of none, and I think that's a big question mark of where we want to be. So I don't know. Uh, we'll see. And the Giants. What I love about the Giants is I was watching their like hard knocks kind of thing, and when they got rid of Saquon Barkley, they were like, "Yeah, he's done. He's probably not going to amount to anything." Oops.
Yeah, so the Giants picked up Jameis Winston. They also picked up Russell Wilson. So
Yeah.
I don't see them doing another quarterback, but I could be
No,
totally wrong on that.
no. You got to get an offensive lineman here. That's my opinion. Oh, wait a minute.
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
three for three.
for 3 for 3, baby. Yeah, I
Nice.
saw that coming. That
Well,
me.
they basically picked one of the best defensive
Yeah.
players in the
Right.
draft, a
Right.
basically a can't miss prospect.
Yeah.
So
This guy is
the real deal.
this guy could be another Miles Garrett if he turns
So
into
they're
that.
switching to the defensive side of the ball to just have an awesome, awesome defense, and they hope they can just get a little bit of offense.
Yeah.
So watch.
But by the way, Green Bay looks beautiful. Look at all this stuff. So Detroit, you can suck it. All right. Look at how beautiful this is. And you saying Detroit is better than this? Go suck it, Detroit. Give me a break. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like him.
So the Giants also picked up cornerback Paulson Adepo, Adebo from I think New Orleans Saints, and he was a really good player, very complete player. He got hurt last year, but they added him in free agency, so they weren't going to be picking a cornerback, that's for sure.
No, no.
So yeah,
And again, it's the Giants. They were built on defense. Even their Super Bowl years, the great Lawrence Taylor, Carl Banks, Michael Strahan, on and on and on and on. Problem with
oh, who is
is
that
that
guy?
guy. New York fans,
Just like Steve Irwin a
New
little bit,
York
but
fans.
rest in peace.
I'm gonna tell you, New York fans,
Rest in peace.
you
Peace,
guys
Steve
haven't
Irwin.
won squat in years. So shut up. The Jets are a freaking dumpster fire to dumpster fire. The Giants haven't won nothing. You got Eli Manning. I still don't understand that one. And then all the other sports teams, the Knicks, the Rangers, the Islanders, the Brooklyn, blah, blah, blah. You won shot. Shut the hell up. We won more than you. Kiss my ass. Sorry. That's a comment for me. So, uh,
So what do the Patriots do now is the
they're gonna
question.
go offensive lineman. Didn't we say that?
Did we?
Yeah, I think. Didn't we say offensive lineman last?
Offensive lineman.
Yeah. No. No. Right. They need to protect Maine or whatever his name is.
May.
May. Yeah, you gotta protect him. He was like sacked left and right.
Well, team needs are offensive tackle, interior offensive lineman, wide receiver, edge, tight end, running back, defensive line. So they have a lot of needs. So they'll probably take whoever the best player is on the board, right? At that point. So the question is, who is that? So they picked up offensive tackle Morgan Moses. I think he's older.
Hmm.
And then we got wide receiver Stephon Diggs. So, but Diggs isn't what Diggs used to be, and he tore his ACL last year. But they did pick him up and pay him a lot of money.
Yeah.
They lost quarterback Jacoby Brissett, and Dietrich Wise Jr., their defensive tackle. He's a pretty good player for them.
Mm.
So possibly they go defense, maybe defensive tackle. But
Hey, Shadur Sanders.
Shadur
He's
Sanders,
a no-show.
he's a no-show.
They're trying to interview him, folks. If you're watching the draft, you're trying to put him in an interview. I just think, again, I'm not sold on him. Look at that! It's just this is crazy. Oh my god! I'm kind of glad Andy and I didn't go because we would have been miserable. We would have been like, I think it's time to go, man. I think,
That would be able to stay awake for that long.
yeah, I'd been
There
like,
is a possibility, everybody, that we're gonna be waiting till like 10:30
d-
or so, maybe a
yeah,
little bit earlier than that.
being that they're having some early trades. That's what happened. I think a year ago, a couple years ago, where there's this trade. When last year too, it was just trade, 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 and Andy and I were like, "Oh my god, I got to get out of here. We got to do something, somebody." And I don't know what we picked, at what time, but I think it was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's a
But
yeah.
you have a new head coach in New England, Mike Vrabel, who's
Mm,
a defensive coach. So I would
yeah,
guess they're going to go defense and they're going to pick
yeah,
a defensive player.
yeah,
Although they need some impact players on offense as well. So
yeah.
who knows what they're going to do. But in my opinion, they could go with the defensive tackle. The best one supposedly is Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan.
Mm.
Basically, immediate impact player. So somebody that can anchor Mike Vrabel's defensive front. So I would expect them to go defense, although their offense, you always want to get your new quarterback,
Yeah,
Drake May. Um, he was rookie last year. Get him some weapons.
yeah,
The question is, are they going to take? They are going to reach and they're going to go for a wide receiver like McMillan, who's been kind of. He's
yeah.
from Arizona. That's been kind of moving up the
Right.
draft charts, but that's a reach that
That's a
early.
big reach.
So we'll find out pretty quick. They could go offensive tackle Will Campbell from LSU. He's
That's what
the
I'm
top
thinking.
tackle on the board.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I would guess Mike Vrabel is going to get some big beefy guy, so it's going to be probably one of those two players. Would be my guess. Um, we shall see, won't we?
Yeah, I mean, the other day, I was watching some things on the NFL Network about the draft, and they were showing the COVID draft. That's where Jordan Love was taken, and it was so weird. Um, it is just so bizarre seeing people just sitting there in their homes and everything. And there was something really funny that I think people missed, but I was wrong. People actually caught it. So Matt LaFleur's kids were sitting by the mic. and where Matt LaFleur is, and he's looking at his computer and stuff, and the draft, and one of his kids just he goes down his pants and starts scratching his balls, and Matt LaFleur's like a dad, and his little kid, he's probably like 7. He's like, "What, Dad? My balls itch." And it was super hilarious.
That is hilarious.
You can go on YouTube and see it. It was super funny, and I'm surprised Matt LaFleur, who was on the Dan Patrick show, they didn't ask him that question because it was super funny. What are people doing in the stadium? How did that happen? Damn it.
Fixing for the Patriots already.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going offensive tackle, LSU, right? Will
I think it's going
Campbell.
to be a defensive
All
player,
right.
so I'm
Here we
going
go.
defensive tackle Mason Graham. But
Hmm.
we shall see.
Yeah. And it's Vrabel. He likes hard hitting guys.
And it looks like it's Mason Graham. John, I'm 4 for 4.
He's 4 for 4. We're crushing it on the 100.
It looks like him.
Well, why don't they put his name up? Hey guys, you got his name.
He's wearing green though, so I don't know. Is that because he's in Green Bay? It looks like he's going to go to the Jets.
Yeah. Here's Jets colors on. God help him.
It looks that looks
Why
like
don't they?
that looks like him.
No.
Oh, maybe not. Oh no, John was right. Sorry, Will Campbell.
Will
Offensive tackle.
Campbell.
No, sorry. I'm looking at the pictures here, and it sure looked like Mason Graham because he has a little goatee as well. So sorry, John was right.
I'm always right. No, I'm not. The reason I thought they would take him is just because
Well, they need everything.
they need everything. And if May is going to make it through a 17-game season, you got to fix
that makes perfect sense. Good call, John.
Have to. But I think that's enough for offense for Vrabel. I think he's just his next couple picks is defense.
Number one need was offensive tackle according to the rankings here. So that's the first thing they listed, and John was right.
Yeah, I think,
and I was wrong.
I think this.
So now we have the Browns next because they traded with Jacksonville.
So the Browns, who you got for the Browns?
Yeah. It was supposed to be Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
He's gone now, so
yeah.
That's a good question.
I think they'll go offense. Who's the top guy in offense? Top 10 pick for offense.
Who's throwing them the ball? Or it could be a running back.
You can't go Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. That is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do need a quarterback, don't they?
Way.
What is Cleveland gonna do?
Okay, so best available players. Opening up here, Genty, is that how you pronounce his last?
Yeah, Genty is the running
he's
back.
still there. Mason Graham, your guy, is still there.
Yeah, they aren't going to go defensive tackle though. There's no way they're going to go there. They really need some help on offense.
No, they could go Will Johnson. They need a corner. That's a little high, in my opinion. Mikael Williams. That's a little high.
That could go a lot of different routes.
Yeah, I can't believe you'd go with Genty. I think that's a little too.
So the needs
too much.
The needs for the Browns are quarterback.
Yeah.
Running back.
Yeah.
Offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Linebacker. Wide receiver. Defensive line.
That's a whole
tight end and edge. That's basically a whole team.
That's a whole football team.
They picked up quarterback Kenny Pickett. He's not a starter. He's more of a backup.
Oh, Pickett from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, they picked up a defensive tackle, Malik Collins. So they probably won't pick a defensive tackle. They got Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's back.
Flacco.
They got a couple quarterbacks.
Flacco Jacko.
Wow.
Why is Flacco still in the league?
Well, the question is there a quarterback that they want?
There's just who.
So I'm gonna go with Ashton Genty because he's a game changer and he's the best running back. Typically, you don't
Um,
pick a running back this high,
yeah, this is
but
really
he's
high.
really good.
Oh, I get that.
So
I am going with a shocker. I am going with Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan. And the only reason I'm saying that is because Miles Garrett, I can't, Miles Garrett, please, why didn't you come to Green Bay? He said, come on, you got to help me out. You got to get some players in here. Mason Graham comes in, defensive tackle. He can make
yeah,
things happen for you.
my guess is they're going to go offense. So
I agree. I agree with you, but
so
I'm going to just take the. I think it's the running back. I think it's a little high at this.
it's not going to be a wide receiver.
No,
It's
that's
not going to
way
be.
too high.
They use the tight end a lot.
Well,
They need
if you go with
a
Tyler
running back.
Warren,
They don't have a running back.
if you go with Tyler Warren here, you are out of your mind. You have totally Cleveland has totally flipped out. They're in
Yeah.
Jets territory.
Well, it could be Shadur Sanders too. Who knows?
Yeah,
But I
I
don't
don't
think so. I
know.
don't see Shadur there.
I
If he
don't
thought there he was going to
know.
get picked by the Browns, he'd probably be sitting there right now. But
Does he want to go to the Browns?
no.
Oh no! Hell
So
no!
I'm
All
Ashton
right, here we go.
Genty.
Here we go. All right, come on,
Okay, I'm
boo!
going Ashton. No, it's the guy I had last time. Defensive tackle. You were right again, John. Okay.
I told you they were gonna do something like this.
Yep, you're right.
And you know what's funny about it is they have literally no offense.
And you see how he kind of looks like the other guy
He
that just
does
came
look like
up.
the other. To
Okay.
to to Andy's credit, if you're watching the draft right now, he does look like a little bit like the other guy. Same
Yeah.
size, same kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I mean, I like this pick, but again, you have zero offense, and you can say I can get that in the second
Uh,
round and stuff, but
well, they
I
said
don't
they were going to
know.
maybe trade back in up into the first round to
No.
get a quarterback. So they're probably
Okay.
expecting somebody to fall.
Yeah,
So
someone's gonna fall.
whoever it is.
So the Raiders, who you got for the Raiders cornerback? That's easy. They're gonna take the guy out of Texas. I'm telling you right now. What's his name?
They're going to
Campbell?
take Jair Alexander.
No, they're gonna take. They're gonna reach and take either. Well, Will Johnson is not
Well,
a
Pete Carroll
reach.
does love his cornerbacks,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
they're gonna either take Will Johnson or they're gonna take Shamir Stewart, the guy we want, just because. Oh, that's a little too much of a um, yeah, I'm gonna go with the corner Will Johnson, back to back Michigan players off the board. Just because the Raiders have no corners, they can't cover anybody. Their offense stinks. They should get an offensive player here. Andy, what do you think?
I really don't know what that guy's going to do. Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll is
Yeah.
nuts,
We
by the
hate you,
way.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, if I see him chewing that damn gum again, gonna lose it. Man, I love the draft.
So some of the needs for the Raiders, actually not as long as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Wide receiver,
Uh,
cornerback,
yep.
inside offensive lineman, safety, defensive line,
Mm.
running back, wide receiver.
Oh, Genty, that's the perfect pick here.
Yeah, it could
Genty,
be because
Genty.
he loves to
He
run.
loves the run.
So
Beast
and
mode.
now Genty, one of the top players in the draft, think he's ranked number 2 the
Genty,
whole draft.
I changed my pick. I changed my pick. I'm going with Genty here because there's no way you can pass him up. Not now. You have
Yeah,
no offense.
Genty was right behind Travis Hunter as far as
You,
some of the rankings.
you have no
So
Cleveland Brown fans. God love you. You just can't figure it out. You just can't get it. You know,
yeah,
Packer fans, what do we always say? We always say, like, we're sick of losing in the first round. We're sick of losing the NFC Championship. We're sick. When the hell have the Cleveland Browns done anything to even get close to a Super Bowl? Nothing.
Hey, John, they picked up cornerback Eric Stokes from us, so they are not going to be picking a cornerback because he's really good.
He's really good. We
No,
just
he's
totally
not.
missed that. By the way, Eric Stokes, keep your mouth shut because he was like, "There's nothing to eat in Green Bay after 10 o'clock." Why are you eating after 10 o'clock
Well,
anyway?
the
God, man, come
Raiders are
on.
going to have to pick some linebackers because they lost
Mm,
Robert Spillane, who's
I'm
one of
going
the
with
top
Genty.
tacklers in the entire NFL. And they also lost Divine Diablo. So they lost a couple really good linebackers. But you don't pick a
No, no,
linebacker
no, no,
this
no,
early.
no, 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 no.
So they're not going to pick a linebacker. I'm not saying that. But
And
they lost a couple really good ones.
yeah,
Robert Spillane, I wish we would have picked him up because
yeah.
he actually is a really good
It's
player.
Genty. There's no way. There's
Yeah,
no.
no, it's a splash move. It's
You gotta do
Vegas. It's going to sell some tickets.
it.
So yeah, I agree with that.
Okay,
Let's go with Genty on
we're
that
going
one.
with Genty.
We're on pick number 6,
Pick number 6.
which is the Raiders, Las
Uh,
Vegas
Las
Raiders.
Vegas. Oh my God, Raiders
I
fans. I
keep on
feel
saying
for.
Oakland,
I
everybody.
feel
But
for you, Raiders. Yep, 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 yep.
shout out to Steve and Jessica in Oakland.
There we go, buddy.
Oh, Ashton Genty, we got it right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it's him because he's a little shrimp like Barry Sanders, but he's not Barry Sanders. Nobody's Barry Sanders. So
Nobody.
stop comparing him to Barry Sanders, or I'm going to punch you in the dick. Because Barry Sanders is the best running back of all time. Jim Brown, I get you, but come on, watch the freaking recording. Now, the only thing I don't
Well, we
like about him is in the college playoff game against, I think it was Ohio State. I want to say I'm probably wrong, but they just manhandled him. He couldn't get anywhere, and he started to get frustrated, and he started to make some runs like totally undisciplined, and it was just forget it. He was done, and people, you can't in the NFL. You cannot be undisciplined. You gotta figure out a way to like calm down and just because he's going to get play against Philadelphia. Let's say their defensive line, they're going to smack him around. He's going to play against another good defensive line. Denver has a pretty good defensive line. Who else? The Chiefs have a pretty good defensive line, and they're just going to smack him around, and we'll see if he just calms down and says, "Okay." Because what made Barry Sanders great was 1 yard, 2 yard, 5 yard, 6 yard, boom,
could be 60 yards.
60 yards,
Could be 60
60
yards.
yards and a touchdown.
He made people like
Yeah,
linebackers look foolish.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It,
and
it-
he didn't have the world's greatest offensive line either.
no,
It was all him.
no, it was all him. And that's why he's to me is the greatest running back.
And we could have drafted him, but we
The
drafted
old woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Tony Mandrich. Wasn't that the Tony Mandrich draft?
Tony Mandrich, crap.
Yeah.
That was the Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, Troy.
Yeah.
And we missed out. Um,
Yeah, because we won the last game of the year, I
yeah,
believe, and that kicked
right.
us out of the first
So,
pick.
so here's what exactly what I'm talking about. On TV, folks, what they're showing is that Genty he's bottled up, okay, and what happens is that he just bounces outside.
That vision.
He's a good vision.
Good vision. Good
Now,
vision.
Emmett Smith, no, come on. Look at that shitty tackling. Give me a break.
He had a great offensive line.
He wasn't touched
He was
until he's like 5 yards
too.
down the field.
Yeah.
Give me a break. And
Yeah.
again, he did not face competition, in my opinion, until we got to the college playoffs. I mean, he's playing against who? I don't know, Colorado.
The Jets are up next, by the way, everybody. So I think John's perfect so far. He's gotten all 6. So we'll just defer to John now. So the team needs their offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive line, tight end, cornerback, inside offensive lineman, and wide receiver. So a lot of different positions.
Yeah,
I think they're going to take an offensive tackle. Is what
I totally agree.
think they're going to do. So they did it last year. They may end up doing it again. So that's who I've got them that
Um,
position maybe. We'll see. So but they
so who
do have
is
a great center now in Josh Myers from your Green Bay Packers. So Justin Fields is now their
quarterback?
quarterback.
Um,
What else? Josh Myers is so good they listed him twice as the notable additions.
oh my God.
Twice. Wow.
So
There must
really,
be two Josh Myers
all
that play
right.
center.
So maybe I'm missing something here. I'm looking at best available according to Mel Kiper. The 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 offensive tackle they have is Josh Simmons. But he, that's a lot of freaking reach, in my opinion. Now this is best available, folks. This is not. He's not. Whatever you want to call it. Let me look. Let me look up here, Andy. Why don't you see if you can find?
Well,
See.
we got um, Armand Membu,
Or
offensive.
Armand Milbo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he's 6'4", 332. Simmons is 6'5",
Yeah,
370.
he's
I mean,
from Missouri.
if it's me, I'm taking Josh Simmons. Why am I I don't know.
There's also Kevin Banks Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas. So he's
Mm,
little bit bigger than Membu.
Mimbu,
The Membu,
Mimbu.
Membu,
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit bigger guy. Banks is 320 pounds versus Membu. That's 314. Um, so Membu is 314, 6'3". Kevin Kelvin Banks, sorry, Kelvin Banks Jr. is 320 pounds and 6'4". So he's a little bit bigger, but he's slower.
Mm,
He's not quite as fast. So their scores are very close.
well,
Very close, pretty much neck and neck. So, but
well,
do
yeah.
they take another offensive tackle though? That's the whole thing. So
Mm,
that's I don't know. They have a defensive coach coming in from Detroit. That's
yeah.
now their head coach. Forget his name off the top of my
Aaron
head.
Glenn.
Okay. But I don't see really many defensive players ranked really high at this
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
in the draft.
Yeah.
So, do they get a playmaker and McMillan?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think teams like that are just you're just kind of lost, right? You're just kind of lost the pond. Like where do we start?
Well, if they use Detroit's philosophy, you build in the trenches. So that means if Aaron Glenn's going to go with that philosophy, he's not the GM, but if they go with that philosophy, then you're taking an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, and so
Yeah.
you take the best player available, which would be one of the two tackles. So at this
Hmm.
point, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they go for a playmaker like McMillan, go for the wide receiver. But that is very risky, as John and I talked about in episode 99.
Yeah.
So, but we're excited that um, we got to 100. So we're really happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, this is crazy. I'm just looking at stuff on Facebook.
We didn't even plan it this way, everybody. We planned
Yeah.
to, have the draft on the 100th episode. No, it wasn't planned. It just happened. It was destiny.
Yes. Destiny.
I think that's the right word for it.
Destiny. Destiny. Um. Yeah. I mean, it's just. Let's see if there's any news here. Okay, here we
Well,
go.
pick
Picks
is in.
in.
So I'm going offensive tackle for them again.
I
So we'll see.
agree. I concur.
Let's just do Armand Membu. Yay!
Yay!
You got it right. But John, you
Gotcha.
didn't even pick anybody.
Yeah, I did. I said that.
Oh, the same
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, I
Okay, so
agreed
you
with
got
you.
all 7 in a row then.
So I said yes. Welcome to the Jets, where careers go to die.
So John now has gotten 7 in a row right. I'm 5 of 7.
Oh,
Okay, so we got
Who we
pick
got now?
number 8 now. Wow, they have really picked a lot of offensive linemen last 2 drafts. The Jets have.
Okay, we got the same.
I don't know if that's helped them too much,
No,
but
what do we got here? Why is my phone being weird here? Who's on the clock here?
the Panthers.
Panthers.
You got
They're
the Carolina Panthers. They
edge
need an edge
center.
rusher, cornerback,
Mm,
wide receiver, wide receiver,
all right.
tight end, linebacker, safety, and defensive line.
This one's
So
easy. Jalen Walker, linebacker out of Georgia. They will take him. What do you got?
you guaranteeing that? That's a lock. That's a Packer Blitz lock by John,
Yes.
not by me. So I don't think they're going to take a linebacker.
All right, who you got?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Well, they could go Derek Harmon, or they could go.
There's a lot of different ways they could go.
Well, there's two. Will Johnson's still there. Fall. He's not going to get to us, folks. Will Johnson will not get to us at 23. And if he does, and we take an offensive lineman, Goody right in the dick.
Well, I think they're going to take the wide receiver McMillan out of Arizona.
Wow.
So I think they're going to do that.
Wow.
We'll see. I mean, they're really a team that needs to take the best available player. They need a wide receiver. So
well, the best available player is Jalen Walker right now, according to Mel Kiper.
Not according to my data.
It's Mel Kiper. Why are the Jets fans? You're just delusional. You're gonna win. No, you're not. You're gonna win 5 games.
Yeah.
You have. Stop it. Why are we watching Back to the Future? Did you switch the channel? No, it's a tire commercial.
It's a commercial.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to send this to our friend Mondo in Florida, Miami Dolphins big fan. Because I don't know who's going to take at 13. I forgot to ask him.
Well, I want to thank the Wittunes for allowing me to use their YouTube TV account.
There we go.
And Zach.
Thank you,
for
Zach.
giving me access to that. And yeah.
Okay.
So Zach is thinking about going to the draft tomorrow. So hopefully he does.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I'm an old guy. I'm super old. That's why we survived the dark times in the 1980s.
Yeah.
I just think them taking.
That's why we love Raiders Lost Ark, which
Yes.
was in 1981. It came out.
Yeah.
And then we got Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade that came out in 1989, I think, with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Playing Papa Jones.
Yeah. You know,
So,
why can't the NFL? Why can't you just do the draft out commercials? Can we just
Right.
do that?
There's the Matrix. You know, you're gonna take the red or the blue pill.
I'm gonna take the green.
The
Green and
green and
gold.
gold.
Bam.
Yep. I think it's good. It's pretty. We're pretty close to having another beer here.
Yes. And you know, again, I just see, like I said, them taking the best available player, which good old Ron Wolf. That's what he would do, and you know, and I tell this same story every year. I'll tell it again. We almost had Ray Lewis, yes, the Ray Lewis on the Packers. We were going to draft him. You know, we had talked to him. We were in conversation with him. And then freaking Baltimore just came in and screwed us. Because the next pick we got was John McMichael out of USC. I believe he was
Yeah,
a tackle,
offensive tackle. Yeah,
and
left
he
tackle.
sucked.
Suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, Ron Wolf got
Ron,
caught with his pants
he
down.
did. He didn't know what to do.
So
And the story goes is so whether you believe this or not, Ron Wolf is like sitting there and okay, yeah, great. And he hangs up the phone and then okay. And then all of a sudden, with whatever pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Ray Lewis, linebacker out of Miami. And the Ron Wolf, what they said, his face turned like pale. And he was just standing there. And everybody's like, what do we do? What do we do? And he's like, I don't know.
do you think Jelon Walker then?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm wrong on this one because
I mean, if I were them, I would get their quarterback, the other Ward, some
I agree. I
some
agree.
weapons. So I would go if it were me.
Yeah.
I would go with some sort of playmaker for him. So
Yeah.
I'd do the wide receiver, but
Okay.
that's just me. So we're trying that. But I think you might be right, John. Again, this could be 8 in a row. No, I was right. I was right. Woo! I was right. I can't believe it.
And he got it right.
Yeah, the wide receiver
Well,
out of Arizona.
okay.
What is it? Tetaroa?
Tetaroa McMillan.
McMillan.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh man,
Oh,
people are
I'm
falling.
catching up to you, John.
Oh,
John's had
it's a
7
heated
of 8.
race.
I'm 6 of 8.
We're heated race. All
That's
right.
not that's not bad.
All right. So I'm thinking the Saints are going to take
The
some.
Aints,
The Saints are
they're
going to
gonna take a
corner.
they're gonna take a quarterback is what they're gonna do
I think they're
because
going to take a corner.
no, yeah, they're gonna take a quarterback.
Jackson
The
Dart.
question is which one?
Oh, Shredder, whatever the hell his name is. Oh, he's still there, right? Why
Their
isn't he on the
quarterbacks
board?
their quarterbacks hurt, John. So
Yeah, he's got to take a quarterback. I agree. Now, who is it? Jackson Dart or
so
who's best
um, um,
available
um, 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 um,
quarter?
um, yeah, they just aren't a very good
Shadur
team.
Sanders. I don't know. It's either
No,
Jackson. No.
New Orleans is too conservative that way. They aren't going to
So
pick a guy
Jackson
like
Dart.
that.
Jackson Dart. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a reach. So
It is a reach.
they have team needs as wide receiver, cornerback, defensive line, linebacker, inside offensive lineman, and running back. Uh, where is quarterback in this?
Mm-hmm.
CBS Sports.
Yeah.
So I'm using CBS Sports team needs.
Well,
Their
I'm
number
using
one
Mel.
need is a freaking quarterback.
I'm using good old
Frick.
Mel. Minutes after, what is this? Jonas James is picking up the nothing. Stupid Giants.
They're gonna pick a quarterback, everybody.
Yes.
Question is which one?
Um.
I don't know. It could be a reach, but
Jackson Dart is a reach.
okay.
That is a hell of a reach. Oh, Chicago's coming up. They're gonna take an edge guy because they always like defense or linebacker.
They keep getting all these high picks. Why is that, John?
Because they
Oh,
suck.
the pick is in.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. That is a reach, though.
Jackson Dart is a hell of a reach.
Maybe they'll come back into the first round, get a quarterback then. But the question is, who would they pick?
Pick number 8, and they were thinking he was going to fall to 23. That's interesting.
Well, they also need a cornerback because they a Debo left them, but
yeah. Why wouldn't you
I
take?
just don't see them taking a cornerback.
Why
either.
wouldn't you take Ibikwe here, whatever his name is? He's the best receiver in the draft.
Oh, from Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's a reach, though.
Really? This guy
Yeah.
isn't a reach? I don't know.
McMillan? No,
Yeah.
he was rising up the draft boards quite a bit. He was the number 1 ranked wide receiver. That's who they picked. So.
Okay. Well, Carolina,
Well, they do need a linebacker, so maybe they. So. Is that guy from Georgia more of an edge guy, or is he more?
No,
Is
he's
he
a
in?
true
He's a
linebacker.
linebacker.
Jalen Walker is a
Yeah,
true.
but the thing is, nobody wants to pick a linebacker
At
that
this
high.
that high, no. I think that's a little too high.
They have their pick of the rest of the quarterbacks, though, John.
Yeah. So best fit is Will Johnson. Best available is Jalon Walker, whatever his name is. Um,
Well, we want Johnson on the Packers,
yeah.
everybody.
So we either want Walker
But I
or
don't think he's gonna make it.
he's not going to make it because you know why? Because the Bears, just to piss us off, are going to take him. Just to piss us off. I guarantee you that. Just they're
Yeah.
going to be like, we need other players, but the Packers want
Yeah.
them. We're going to take him. Gotta take a quarterback here. You can't.
Well, there's the cornerback out of Texas, Jade Barron,
Yeah,
but that would be a
but
reach.
again, you have no quarterback. Oh, this is the longest active drought without. So, yeah. Oh, Rick Meyer. Remember Rick Meyer?
Oh yeah,
Aikman, Archie Manning, of course.
the Saints.
You got to take a quarterback here. You have to. I mean, Saints, Saintsy Saints.
So who do you think, John?
Man, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm because
This could change the whole draft right here. What they do?
I really think they're gonna take. Wait a minute.
Well, they're not picking a wide receiver.
I really think. Wait a minute. Is this?
Wait a minute.
They made the selection. They took Kelvin Banks according to this.
What?
According to my phone.
No. Okay. Well, you already the pick was you already got it.
Yeah, I didn't pick this guy.
Kelvin Banks, he's that offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas. Well,
yeah,
we were wrong.
We were wrong on that one. Okay. I don't know, man. I get you.
That's one of the top ranked players out there. That's he was ranked in NFLDraftBuzz.com. He was ranked 9. That's where he got picked 9.
Yeah, there you go.
They were right on that one. Kelvin Banks Jr. They do need help on the offensive line big time. Their offensive line is not very good. Used to be one of the strengths of their team, not anymore.
I'm still sticking with it. They're going to take Will Johnson out of Michigan, cornerback. The Bears. Just to piss us off. Just freaking. They said the pick is in. What the hell?
For the Bears?
Yeah, my phone already says the pick is in.
Well, I would guess. Do we have any running backs out there? Because that's
not really
their new head coach.
Well, the guy from North Carolina, but he is.
Well, they aren't picking a wide receiver.
No.
Okay, let's look. This is great.
Amorian Hampton.
This is awesome podcasting right
here. Omarion Hampton is the guy in North Carolina.
That's a reach though.
That is a real
I don't even
reach.
see him ranked.
That's a real reach. I'm still staying with Will Johnson. They could take a tight end, but I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay with Will Johnson, cornerback. Out of Michigan.
Well, most likely they aren't going to take that linebacker.
No.
So out of Georgia.
No.
What happened to the Packers picking guys from Georgia? They whiffed on 2 of them. So you got the Bears. They got a whole bunch of guards. They got 2 of the best guards in free agency, Tooney and Jackson.
Yeah.
They got a defensive tackle, Grady Jarrett. That must have been from Atlanta Falcons.
There's that hot chick from NFL Network.
And then they got the edge rusher from the Colts.
Colleen Wolfe. Yeah. I like her.
I guess
Ah,
so.
damn right I want her. I'm gonna get her. She's mine.
So the needs for the Bears are defensive line, cornerback, safety, wide receiver, kicker, offensive tackle, and edge. So let's do cornerback.
Will Johnson. Yeah. What are these people? I don't know. Schedule release. By the way, the schedule next year for the Packers is rough.
Rough, yeah.
We play 7 playoff teams.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why Colin Cowherd didn't pick us to make the playoffs.
Oh, he's an idiot. I hate him. What is that chick doing? Is she gonna take off her clothes? Please do. Please take off your clothes. And in this weird thing, she just starts getting naked. This is greatest draft ever. Yeah, there's that May 14th. Okay, settle down. We get it. I don't know why.
It looks like she's had some work done, John.
Do
So,
you? I don't care.
yeah, especially in her face, but
I
whatever.
don't care.
Probably a nose job.
Yeah, she'll butt job so I can slap it. Whoppa!
Where did this just go?
Star Bears! Boo! Boo! You guys
Boo,
better
yeah,
be
the
booing.
Bears.
You better be booing.
So I'm going with
Yeah.
the big sombrero.
The big sombrero. Hey, check out
yeah,
the kid, the big sombrero.
I'm going cornerback.
Boo! Yes, we're both going corner on this one, Will Johnson. Right? Or are you not doing Will Johnson? Are you doing somebody else?
I'm good with Will Johnson.
Okay, there we go.
Either that or Dade Barron, but I think it's going to be Will Johnson.
I think it's Will Johnson. He's the best at this right now.
We got an offensive head coach though, John. So.
Yeah, they'll pick up guys in the second and the third.
Well, they aren't going tackle and they aren't going guard, so they're definitely not going to go offensive line.
Because if they don't take Will Johnson, San Francisco will.
Okay.
So
let's see.
Here we go. Come on, boo! Let's go, boo!
Da Bears.
Steve McMichael, he's a dick. I don't care. Did you hear what he said when he played for the Packers? He's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting a paycheck." That's what he said. He just said, and he didn't even hardly play at all. He was like, "Yeah, I just got." They did. He goes, "I fooled them. They had to pay me."
Whatever. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. It's kind of a jerk.
Used to do WWE at.
Yeah, right? Did he? Are we gonna enough of the bear stuff? God, I'm getting blinded by their ugliness. Stop it. Just pick it. Don't care. Somebody set him on fire.
They'll pick the guy that we wanted.
Yeah, Will Johnson. But I didn't think he'd be around at 23 anyway. Not a chance.
Not gonna be around.
Yeah. So what are we?
Oh, the draft is moving along pretty quickly.
Pretty good. It's almost 8:30. We're at pick 10. So
what time is it? It's 8:15.
Yeah.
8:16. Okay.
So almost at 8:30. So next
time flies when you're with John.
Damn right, because it's fun. Are we gonna select
who? Colston Loveland, tight end.
And we're both wrong again.
They already have a tight end.
But they have Tyler. They had the guy from Penn State was sitting there, Tyler Warren.
Well,
what the hell?
That was different.
Damn it!
The Bears are. I don't know. That's not a good pick.
I don't like that pick.
I don't like that pick at all.
Way to go, dipshits. That's why would
what?
I saw him. Oh, they took frickin'. Yeah, they're taking that corner. Oh, hell yeah. Because the 49ers need. Look, Andy and I on the 49ers pick.
Yeah, he was ranked 24th.
Yeah, he's
Colston Loveland.
He's an average tight end. He's an average tight end. He's average. I don't care what people say.
Well, they expect him to go in the first round, just not that high.
I saw him play, dude, and I didn't see anything special about him. I mean, he was playing against second tier competition
Yes,
for
Big
the
Ten.
most part, and yeah, he's fine. He's gonna do fine for
Tight
you.
end.
Hmm. So
Okay, so John got 7 out of 10 right. I got 6
so
in the first round
okay. This
up
one,
until so far
the San
in the top
Francisco,
10.
the San Francisco pick. I'm gonna give
Cornerback.
Andy and I a mulligan here because they need everything. But I'm saying cornerback Will Johnson. Andy, are you going with him too? So I'm saying
Let's see what they need.
they need everything.
Okay.
They got because they're trying to play. They're gonna buy
They
the
need inside offensive linemen because we picked up Banks.
yep.
Defensive line, cornerback, linebacker, edge, offensive tackle, and running back. So a lot of different positions there.
Yeah. So they'll take Will Johnson, but this is our mulligan. This is our mulligan for. Look at that! Well, this is a good old boys. We got some elk and yeehaw. We're yeehawing it. Um. Hmm.
Well, thank you, Bears, for reaching. The Bears fans are kind of like, what?
What?
What just happened?
Hey, welcome to our freaking nightmare, Bear fans. You had two really good corners you could have got with Will Johnson and whatever Campbell from Texas. Also, you had Tyler Warren, who's a hell of a tight end, by the way. And then you had Jalen Walker, like I said, Tyler Warren. Um, boy, you had Will Johnson, Jaheed Barron, Makeel Williams. You could have got Derek Harmon. I mean, just those guys alone
Yeah,
can make a difference for you. I don't get it.
yeah. They reached.
I get it. Speaking of reaching, I'm taking a bathroom break. Andy, take over.
Great.
Entertain me.
Robinson, a wide receiver. Uh, Tight end Luke Farrell. Quarterback Mac Jones. And safety Jason Pinnock. Not a whole lot of additions of note there. Their notable losses, though, wide receiver Debo Samuel, defensive tackle Javon Hargrave, safety Noah Hufanga, cornerback Chavarius Ward, offensive guard Aaron Banks, who the Packers picked up, and then linebacker Dre Greenlaw. So they have lost a ton of really, really, really good players. So again, they've got a lot of needs, and we're probably looking at a defensive player, probably either a cornerback or a linebacker that they're going to take with this next pick. They also need an offensive tackle um, and a running back, but I would guess it's probably going to be a cornerback or a linebacker. And we have a lot of really good players still available, of course. So you're looking at cornerback Jade Barron from Texas. And you also have, looking this up here. Um, well, you got that Josh Simmons, offensive tackle from Ohio State, John,
Mm,
still out there.
yeah.
Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. And then Shamar Stewart, defensive end, edge rusher from Texas A&M. We talked about him on episode 98. Michael Williams, defensive end, edge rusher from Georgia. We talked about him also on um, episode 98 as well. So it's going to be one of those players, I would guess. So Johnson, probably the cornerback from
Oh,
Michigan,
yes, that's who I'm sticking
is
with.
still falling, but
I'm still sticking with him. Some guy on
Adam
the TV.
Schefter.
No, some guy.
What?
Look at the
He's
behind
got
the
like a
TV.
hoodie. What has he got there?
No, behind the guy, there's like behind Chef, there was like some guy in a alligator suit.
Yeah, maybe it was Campbell from the head coach from the Lions.
Here we go. Come on, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Move it, move it, move it. Someone's got to work in the morning. Let's go.
Or are we stopping right when the Packers pick is done?
We'll
So
see how
John can
fast
get back
it goes.
home and get into bed. Right?
I tell you, if it isn't the 10 o'clock, I am. I'm going to say, Pickford out of here.
So we're starting to yawn a lot, everybody. So this is
We work for a living,
yeah.
not freaking, all these guys. We don't work. Not
Well,
Goodell.
the 49ers GM is Lynch, and he used to be a really good safety. So my guess is he's probably going to pick the cornerback. So we shall
Yeah.
see. They lost a lot of good players.
So they had to clear for Purdy to pay
Yeah.
him.
So they lost Tavarius Ward, who's a cornerback, and they lost Hufanga, who's a really good safety. So I would guess they're going to go secondary help and get someone to help.
Let's go, Goodell.
Oh, okay. Edge rusher from Georgia, Michael Williams. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that makes
I guess
some
that kind of
sense.
makes sense. I mean,
Kind
they
of
need
a
it.
reach though, but whatever.
Slip, 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 slip.
Well, now what happens? Everybody, the top
Dallas.
players are gone, so they're
Yeah.
all kind of about the same.
Yes. Yeah. Now you're just. Yeah. It's just. Okay.
So we were wrong on that one. We got the Cowboys
All
up
right, so
next.
Cowboys
I think they're going to pick that wide receiver, John Matthew Golden. So that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm thinking. My NFL insiders are telling me. A little voice in my head now that I've drank one beer. It's telling me that's got to be Matthew Golden.
So
the Cowboys need inside offensive line help, wide receiver, defensive line, safety, cornerback, linebacker, running back.
Yeah. So you're going to the wide receiver, the guy from Texas? Or who are you going with?
Yep. At the moment, until I change my mind. So we'll see.
It's either Will Johnson for me or your receiver from Texas.
They also lost the edge rusher DeMarcus Lawrence, so
yeah,
they could go.
Jelon Walker,
They could go edge.
Yeah.
No, the other guy. Yeah, the other guy.
Okay.
Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M. They could go that route too.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
boy,
their owner likes to make splashy moves.
Yeah, he likes to make splashy
here
moves.
and there. So, how about them Cowboys?
I'm going to the receiver. It just seems right. The guy from Texas, Golden.
I mean the Cowboys picked up running back Javonte Williams from Denver, I believe.
Yeah.
He's not very good. So, I mean, they could do something weird and pick up running back really high. Who knows? But that speedster. They lost Brandon Cooks. Not a big loss.
Yeah.
I don't think he's with them anymore, is he?
No.
No, they lost him. They
lost him.
Yeah, in the free agency. So they pick up another wide receiver that's really fast in Matthew Golden. What is it, 4.29?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Here we go. Come on, Goodell.
So I'm saying Matthew Golden, and I'm wrong.
Oh my God!
A guard? Tyler Booker?
Who's that guy? Oh my
Okay.
God, Andy
Well,
Street.
that. Well, they need inside off.
Okay.
I don't.
Uh,
That,
look, look,
Alabama.
uh, that's the guard.
Alabama.
Yeah, tell me where that's available.
We have not been right for a little while here.
Yeah, man.
I don't think anybody would have had them
Nobody would have
picking
got
him.
him.
So
Okay, offensive
I
guard.
I don't even see
So,
him in the top 32 players.
what's his name? Tyler.
Exactly. Booker.
Yeah, I don't see him in the top either.
Okay. Well, that was the reach of all reaches.
That is reaching a
Well,
ruru.
that just tell. I mean, Dallas is in rebuilding mode,
They have to
and they're
be.
going to rebuild in the trenches.
So,
The big guy is 6'4", almost.
yeah, but come on.
A lot of
Come
these big guys.
Josh
so.
Simmons was sitting there. Why wouldn't you take him?
Well, he blew out his knees, so.
Well, still,
but-
it doesn't matter. He's still, and then look at all these other guards.
Well,
in front
maybe
of him.
they're going to move him to outside, maybe to left tackle or whatever. Because Tyron Smith, didn't he retire?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Since we've been wrong so much, let me be
Over. You're
really
gonna be
wrong.
right.
No. I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Jadi Barron, the corner from Texas.
Oh, the Dolphins.
Yes, the Dolphins. Huh. This is why I love the NFL draft, because even if you think you get it right, you don't get it right.
Yeah.
You don't.
So the team needs for the Dolphins are defensive line, cornerback, safety, tight end, linebacker, offensive tackle, and defensive line.
Now, remember, folks, on this program, Packers Blitz, I said that the Packers are going to move up to number 19. That ain't going to happen. Not now. Because everyone we want is falling. So there's going to be somebody there that we can just, boom, we got it. It might be a corner, it might be a defensive lineman, it might be an offensive lineman, but and if Tyler Warren is there at 23, call me. This is insane. If Tyler Warren is there at 23,
Yeah.
you can't pass him up. You
So
have to take him.
that's actually
Have to take him. Have to take him.
That's what I think they're gonna do. They're
Have
gonna
to take
pick.
him. Have
They're
to.
gonna load up for Tua, and they're gonna pick a tight end now.
Really.
Tyler
I'm gonna
Warrenton,
still stay
tight
with
end.
corner. I'm gonna stay with corner.
Yeah, we got
Um,
McDaniel right as their head coach.
Yes, that our friend
Shout out to Mondo.
that our friend Mondo cannot stand. He hates his guts. And you know what? I don't blame him. I've seen McDaniel in Hard Knocks.
So you got one of two options. They could get like a cornerstone on defense. They could do like a Shamar Stewart, get a defensive end, or they could end up just getting a tight end, the best tight end in the draft, according to a lot of people, but not the Bears.
The Bears passed up the best tight end in the draft.
Yeah.
Typical Bears. Typical
Yeah,
Bears.
the one out of Penn State,
Tyler Warren. He is a George Kittle 2.0.
Yep, as George Kittle is
comes up on the screen.
on a
Yes.
commercial right now.
I don't like George Kittle. I think he's a punk, but he's a hell of a player. Hell of a player. And he is Tyler Warren. I'm telling you already, he is going to be the next big thing as far as tight end. He's an
But
amazing player.
get another weapon for Tua.
Amazing player. I just think they got to go defense because that's what kind of let them down. Couldn't really stop anybody, couldn't really cover anybody. And being that their corner, whatever his face is, I always forget his name. He was with the Rams for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching the commercial for Thunderbolts. It looks good.
Yeah,
It's coming out on May 2nd.
Pass.
Okay. So who are you referring to?
The corner, Jalen Ramsey.
Oh,
they're
Jalen
thinking about
Ramsey.
trading him.
They did they trade him or they cut him?
No, he's still with the team.
Is he? Oh,
As of right now,
but they don't want him.
no.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything because Myles Garrett was like, "Oh, I gotta go." Then I'm staying.
Pick is in for the Dolphins.
I'm going with corner.
I'm going with the tight end.
Okay. We'll see if we're
Because Tyreek Hill, he's wearing out his welcome there.
Yes, yes.
And so you get rid of Tyreek, you need some weapons for Tua. So I'm going.
Yeah, because they can't stay healthy.
I'm going with the tight end.
They can't stay healthy.
That is an area of need for them, and that's what I'm doing.
And if we're wrong again,
we're wrong because we've been wrong quite a bit lately.
Quite a bit.
I think a lot of people have been wrong.
Oh
in this
yes,
draft,
absolutely. I mean, you
the
still
top
have
10 kind of fell the way they thought it was going to fall.
yeah,
for
pretty
the most
much,
part.
pretty much. But you have 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't say premier edge rushers, but you know, guys that can make a difference. Oh, the other guy, and I don't know this is a reach. It could be Mike Green. He's an edge rusher out of Marshall.
Yeah.
He was actually going before Shamar Stewart,
Shamar
Stewart, and Josh Simmons, and a couple other guys. He is an interesting person that the Packers, if he's there, might get because the Packers too also like players that are like from small colleges and kind of just become really good players, like our safety from Bethan Cookman.
Bethune Cookman.
Yeah. And I'm dropping his name. He was really, really good. And he would have been a Hall of Famer easy. And he got hurt.
Collins.
Yeah, I think it's Collins. Yeah. But he's really good. So we will see. We will see. But then again, like I said, the Packers over the past decade have been the worst when it's come to first round picks.
In the first round.
In the first round.
Yeah.
Over the past decade, the worst. That's seen a lot. Okay.
But they're going to turn it all around in this draft.
Well, if guys keep falling to them, they can't screw it up. It's impossible.
Okay. Well, they had some guys fall to them.
Oh my God, we're wrong again.
Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. Okay.
We are wrong. We suck. I don't even. Oh my God. All right, Indiana.
Okay.
All right, Indiana. You got it. Right, Tyler Warren.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta take a tight end. This is who the what? Is this guy who? What?
Oh, the pick is in for the Colts already. They like picking cornerbacks all the time,
that's
but they
true.
have a good secondary though.
Yeah, they have a pretty good secondary.
I better hurry up and try to figure out who they're gonna pick.
Tyler Warren.
Okay, so the Colts already have their pick in, but their needs are inside offensive line, tight end, linebacker, defensive line,
Tyler Warren.
running back, defensive line again. I don't know what's up with that. Cornerback.
Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
And we're gonna break the streak. Tyler Warren.
Okay.
Come on.
That sounds good.
There we go.
They have a pretty good line, so I don't know what need. Pretty good defensive tackles. So.
Yeah, I mean the two Michigan
Although they did lose the guy to the Bears,
Yeah.
the defensive
Uh,
guy had to.
yeah. Easy for you to say.
I pronounce it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Um. Okay.
Well, I don't think they're going to pick a cornerback. They picked up Travarius Ward from the 49ers, so I don't think that's an option right there. They picked up Daniel Jones. He's great. I think he was with Minnesota Vikings last year, and then
Yes,
he
he
was
was.
with the Giants before that.
Okay, so 2024 first team picks were offense. First 13 picks, 9 on offense, 5 on defense. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty even. Pretty even. So time. Let's see.
Only
here.
one quarterback so far. So what's going to happen with Shadur Sanders? He may fall out of the first round.
That would be no. He's gonna go to
Indianapolis Colts. Here we go. To
Tyler
go with
Warren.
the tight end.
Yep.
Okay.
Tyler Warren. Here we go. Tyler
They
Warren.
do need a tight end.
Sure do.
Tyler Warren. We got. Hey, we're back on.
We're back.
Okay.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
God, Bear fans, come on. What you doing on that one?
Okay.
All right.
So
Atlanta.
So I have gotten
Atlanta.
now half of them right, 7 of 14, and John's I think he's 8 of 14.
Okay, so Atlanta is going to take the guy we wanted to get, Harmon out of Oregon.
Well, they do need defensive line help and edge help.
Edge and defensive help. Yeah, this guy, look
They
out.
also need a cornerback. They also need a safety, linebacker, wide receiver, and inside offensive line.
Yeah, they're gonna take. They couldn't stop the run. Look at that. Yeah, dang. I mean, it's crazy. Look at that. He's just like Kittle. He's exactly like Kittle. That just gets in your face and just blocks your ass. So
he's a good looking player.
He is. He's a great player. I mean, I was really impressed. I'm like, why can't Wisconsin get a
And
guy
the Colts
like him?
now have a legit tight end.
Now they have a legit tight
They've
end.
been looking for one.
Yeah,
so.
now they have a legit tight end. They still have, Jonathan.
It looks like he can actually pass a little bit
yes,
too.
he can do everything. He can do everything. Block, pass, catch. He can run like end arounds. You name it. Jet sweeps. It's a hell of a pick.
Yep. So it looks like defensive line for the Falcons. So it's a question: are they going to pick a defensive tackle, or are they going to pick a defensive end?
Harmon from Oregon. They'll take him. It only makes sense.
But that's the guy I wanted, right?
Yep. So
no,
you can suck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hope they don't. But we
well,
shall see. They do need a safety.
They need a safety. They need a
there's
corner.
Nick Emanwari. I know there's Walter Nolan. You could pick that defensive tackle instead of the one.
Oh, sure. I like Walter Nolan. I love the Packers to get him.
So I don't know. They need an edge rusher. I'm thinking more Shamar Stewart. Maybe they'll take a flyer on him.
Really?
But,
okay.
We'll see.
We will see.
We'll see. I'll change my mind in the next few seconds.
God, you're like a woman. I didn't change my mind. I'm changing my mind again.
Time for another beer.
Bring out the beer.
About halfway through.
Bring out the beer.
Well, we haven't fallen asleep yet. So
no, we're
good.
pretty good. We're doing pretty good here. I give us credit on that one.
We are hanging in there, waiting for the Packers to pick and not trade out of the first round.
Well, if they trade out of the first round, this live broadcast will be ended immediately. And I will go home because We are not gonna.
Well, Lil Wayne is there. He wants to see our pick. They can't do
Yes.
that to Lil Wayne.
Yeah, we can't do that to him. Let's see.
Well, the question: who's going to pick Shadur Sanders now that he's fallen this far? What team actually
Um,
needs a quarterback? Is that going to be Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it? Is it going to be the
that's what they
Pittsburgh?
said.
Okay.
Steelers, Steelers.
Yeah, they're going to be patient. They're going to wait for him to drop to them, aren't they?
So according to the Albert Breer from the NFL Network, the Steelers have explored trading down from the first round into the early second round.
Hmm.
So that's true. That means their guys, which doesn't mean. And this year's and this year's draft starts with the Bears still suck. Thank you.
The Bears.
Yeah. But again, the Bears draft really well in the later rounds, just like the Packers do. By the way, folks, I do not see this happening now that the Steelers are going to trade George Pickens. That would have happened by now. Um, yeah, that's not happening. That is not happening. Um, Steelers insider steers the pot on team's first round draft plan. Not Sanders. So Steelers fans do not want him. Do not want Sanders. So okay. Um man. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the Falcons did lose defensive tackle Grady Jarrett, so you're looking at them possibly taking a defensive tackle.
According to the Chicago Bears, they just picked a superstar.
Superstar. Well, good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
They didn't. Detroit didn't even use their tight end last year, and he's really good. And that makes no sense.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
already have a tight end.
yeah,
The Bears do.
yeah. A good, pretty good one. So,
I don't get it.
so,
Maybe he's really good blocker. I don't know.
so they say here, middle of nowhere, nobody will show up, and then they show this picture of maximum capacity. Yeah, stop picking on Green Bay. You don't know football. Yeah, I don't care. You know. What's this? No, no. Um, huh. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just see them taking the best available tackle, which is Harmon, in my opinion. But if we take a receiver, don't be surprised, Packer
I think they're gonna
fans.
take Walter Nolan because my son's name is Nolan.
Yes, you said that in our
So
little
I think they're gonna
show.
take. I think they're gonna take a defensive tackle. I'm switching up. Jelon Walker's still there too.
Yeah,
That's
he
another
doesn't
guy
look
they
like
could
he's
pick.
doing anything.
They do
Attention,
need a linebacker, so it could be that too. But
attention, fans! This area has reached maximum capacity. Fans are invited to watch from Lambeau Field on viewing screens to the draft experience. Holy crap! Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Geno Smith sucked. Brady Quinn sucked. Jimmy Clausen sucked. Pennington was okay, of course. Favre was good. Simonson and Marino. Okay, yeah. That's pretty fun. Notable quarterback slides.
so who are the Falcons gonna pick? Walter Nolan
Either him or Harmon. So let's go. Come on, boys. We're almost.
or it could be that linebacker
Dang.
from Georgia.
Looks like 10 o'clock is when the Packers are going to make the pick. No! I'm an old man.
Jelon Walker? Could be Jelon Walker.
Pick one, damn it. I demand you pick one. Oh, that grumpy guy. Oh, sitting around, just drinking, not paying attention to the draft. Get the camera guy out of my face. Um, hmm. Interesting. Oh man. We'll see if Simmons slides down to us. Because if Simmons slides down to us, yeah, then sorry, folks, you gotta take it. Have to. I know people don't wanna, but sorry, you gotta protect Love. Have to. If he already's been injured, that injury is not gonna get better with age, man. It's gonna get worse.
Well, the pick is in for the Falcons, so
All right, here
let's
we go.
figure it out.
Come on, guys. Let's go. I got a
So
bus.
we're thinking defensive tackle. John just has the other defensive tackle.
That is correct, sir. Come on, you
It
dibby.
could, yeah, could be that linebacker from Georgia, but we're going Nolan, Walter Nolan. Probably won't be him though.
Here we go.
Defensive tackle or not? Jelon Walker,
Walker.
linebacker from Georgia.
Okay.
So
makes
we
sense.
were. I mean, I did mention him. Like
Yeah,
that was my
yeah.
second choice. But,
Yeah. I would have taken
but
defensive
I
tackle.
don't. I didn't get it, everybody. But I did say Jelon Walker, the
Yeah.
linebacker from Georgia. I
Now
did
you
just
go
say
to
that.
the now. Okay, you go to the Falcons. Okay. All right.
Well, they want a
Alright.
leader on defense. They want somebody
Yeah.
that can kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Arizona.
Okay, time for another beer.
There you go. So Arizona is an interesting. I think they needed to take a receiver here, but then again, they lost some guys off of defense. They never had they never had a really good defense, in my opinion. And they're gonna need it. You're in the NFC West, and you're gonna have to figure it out. San Francisco, I think, will have a down year. The Rams are gonna be really good. Yeah, I just in Seattle. I'm not worried about them. Yeah, I just I think here again you gotta take a receiver. You just do because it makes the most sense. Um, what's their needs? Oh, let's see. They need edge, wide receiver, corner, offensive guard, defensive tackle. So I think Harmon would make a good fit here. Would make sense. We'll see. You could also go with Will Johnson. They need corner help. I'm gonna go with Harmon here. I, I just think it makes sense. That doesn't mean anything, but you know, and we want Johnson to slip. But then again, if Will Johnson is sitting there at 23, you think the Packers will take him? That's a no, because there's a reason why he slipped that far. So anyway, I think you take Harmon here. Wouldn't surprise me if they take Will Johnson.
He's getting old.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there. Yeah, he was like probably in his 70s,
Oh yeah.
easily. And the guy does it every year. It's pretty funny. He's been around since electricity, during the draft.
Yep.
Oh, Sanders.
Matthew Golden.
Oh,
They are not going to pick.
Sanders.
They're not going to pick another wide
No,
receiver
you're not
2 years
taking a
in row.
receiver at this. Now, again, if he slips down to us, to the Packers, I think the Packers are always in this position, at least I think from 3 drafts, where they just kind of are stuck with good players that are around. And then they take the wrong one.
What just happened? My lovely wife came in to watch this podcast.
No, she came in just to have you
Yeah,
sign
no-
something.
No kidding. What's up with that?
So pick is in. Who do you got? I got Harmon. You got
Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Hilarious.
signing my
life away there. Yeah,
yeah in Green Bay. It's beautiful weather tonight.
yeah, it's in the 50s. Okay,
So pick us in. We got Walter
Nolan!
Nolan, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. I changed my mind, didn't I? Didn't I
Yeah.
say Walter Nolan
Yeah,
before?
why'd you change
No.
your mind?
I don't know. That was the other team.
Okay,
That was
so
Atlanta. Walter Nolan just went to the other team.
so Cincinnati, they need defense, and I would say they go with Will Johnson.
Defensive tackle. Well, defensive tackle is a strength in this draft,
Well,
especially
that's
high
true.
up.
They could go with Harmon. They could go with Harmon. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm going with Will Johnson. I'm going to stick with that. Maybe I keep saying him. We'll keep falling to it. I don't know. So I have to ask the ultimate dumb question. If Sanders sitting there at 23, do we take him?
Shedeur Sanders?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Well, you can convert him into a cornerback.
You would
or
have to
something?
convert him into a wide receiver or something.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not as athletic as his dad is. So
No.
not a lot of guys are.
No.
Not a lot of NFL players were.
Right.
He's probably one of the top 3, well, maybe top 5 talent ever in the league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the corner, Will Johnson.
again?
Yep, eventually we'll figure this
Oh,
out.
so it's the Bengals. Okay, so Bengals need an edge rusher, inside offensive lineman, cornerback, defensive line, linebacker, safety, and running back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy with running back right now. I really do. So they can get a running back later. It won't be a running back.
I think we might get 9:30, man. If freaking Cincinnati moves their ass. Come on,
Okay,
Cincinnati.
so they got to be going cornerback or
Said it was annoying. So I believe Kurt.
trust in Kurt.
Anyway, yeah. This man, I have such a bad feeling that we're gonna be in the Cooper DeJean thing again. There's gonna be like a guy like Cooper DeJean sitting right there, and we're gonna we take offensive tackle out of Marshall. Ah! He's not even on the board. Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, here we go. No, you can't screw up this pick. You can't. I mean, it's virtually impossible. But then again,
Well, the Bengals are pretty set at defensive end. I don't see them taking a
No.
defensive end. They've got good interior alignment, so I
Will Johnson, go, go, go.
Yeah, they really could use a cornerback.
Wow, that running back is sitting there. John Simmons is still sitting there.
Well, they got Hendrickson, unless they're trying to trade him right now to the Packers. But
Golden sitting there. Huh. Interesting. I don't know, man.
So linebacker,
No, corner. Corner, Will Johnson.
corner.
Yeah, for the Bengals.
I just throwing out a position.
Just throwing stuff out. Stop
Well,
throwing it
there
out.
aren't any linebackers there that's
No,
worth taking that high. So
no.
there's only the one
Yeah.
from Georgia that was worth anything.
And,
So cornerback. The question is what? Jade Barron or
Will
Will Johnson?
Johnson. And
Yeah,
yet,
they really do need a lot of secondary help. They
yeah,
lost a lot of their
they
secondary. They
it,
wouldn't re-sign them. They couldn't give them the money.
no, because they have T Higgins and the other guy there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just paying
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase just gave money, and Burrow money,
Yep.
money.
That's
So
one of
no
my
money.
fantasy football team names is Jamarkin Bobsled team.
I love it. I love it. Huh.
That's because I have Jamar Chase on my team. So I've
Huh.
had him the last couple of years. So
Huh. Lambeau Field, Lambeau.
well, pick is
Field.
in for the Bengals. It's going to be a cornerback.
My God.
It's gonna be a cornerback.
My God.
Well, hopefully not Johnson from Michigan because I'd like him to fall to the Packers.
He's not.
Oh,
gonna
he's not
fall.
getting past Seattle.
He's not getting past Seattle.
Seattle has another first round pick.
What? No, you're thinking of Pete Carroll with Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
He's such an old guy.
Yeah,
Guy,
yeah.
here get him his medicine.
Seattle, right?
Get some medicine.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Pete Carroll's not with the Seahawks anymore.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be with the Raiders, by the way. Raiders made a screw.
Well, Tom Brady's choice.
Well, I don't mind his age because he's 72, should be retired. But really, does he relate to the players anymore? No.
Boo!
Boo!
Goodell. He does suck.
All right, here we go. Good job.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
He does what the owners want.
What? Wrong again.
Shamar Stewart.
Wrong again. Wrong again. Why isn't anybody picking a corner? What's going on? Is there something wrong with them and we missed it?
That's better for us to pick one.
Oh, we'll probably have a top edge guy, top linebacker, top corner, top receiver, top offensive tackle. My God, we're gonna have a lot.
Cincinnati, though, geez, they are gonna have some good defensive ends on that team.
They need it. We're gonna play Josh Allen and Mahomes.
That's true.
I mean, you better get after them.
You also have to protect your quarterback, which they don't do a very good job of.
Again, this shows you how people, NFL fans, Packer Blitz fans, that nobody knows what they're talking about. Because all the draft picks that I saw, they had them going down to us or going to Tampa Bay. So at 19 or 23, and he goes at 17. Yeah, so come on. I don't know. And we'll see. He totally reminds me.
Love the look, love the shades.
He's like a Rashawn Gary 2.0. He is just.
He's got some serious bling.
Tremendous upside.
What's up with a lot of people wearing green?
Yeah, man. Probably thought to be drafted by the Packers.
Oh, whoa!
You must have Goodell out. You must have Goodell out. That'd have been hilarious. Goodell. Oh, I hurt. You hurt me. Good. Suck Goodell. Anyway. Okay. All right, Seattle. Will Johnson, right? Right?
Makes sense. They have a defensive head coach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Will Johnson. Or the Texas guy, but I'm going with Will Johnson. Yeah, I mean, that's okay.
So some of the needs for the Seahawks are wide receiver, inside offensive lineman, cornerback, safety. Oh, there's that really good safety still out there.
Oh, for South Carolina?
Defensive line,
Yeah.
tight end. They're both gone. Offensive tackle.
Hmm.
So
So
wide receiver though. It could go Matthew Golden.
Who's their quarterback? Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Ugh. Good luck with
Well,
that.
he does pair really well with the wide receiver that they still have left. So Smith and Jigba. Yeah,
Cincinnati.
he's more of a possession receiver across the middle. You know, slants, that kind of stuff. He's not really a home run hitter.
No.
So Golden would be a good compliment to him. But,
No, I'm going corner. Excuse me. I'm going corner.
okay.
Corner. I'm eventually going to get it right. Eventually.
Yeah.
Lambeau Field. Oh, come on.
Lambeau Field.
Stop with the commercials. Oh, Seattle Seahawk fans. I hate you. They're all like old grandmas too. Nothing wrong with that. But
So some notable additions for the Seahawks again: Sam Darnold, quarterback
That's not
from the
notable.
Vikings last year. Edge Demarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys. Wait, the blast from the past. Wide receiver Marquez Valdez Scantling, and wide receiver Cooper Cup.
Hmm.
So
That's why
yeah.
they're not going receiver.
Well, they lost a couple defensive tackles. And then they lost Geno Smith free agency, but they've got Darnold instead, so they pretty much swapped quarterbacks. Wide receiver DK Metcalf is now gone. But yeah, they lost a couple defensive tackles, John. So there's a possibility they'll take my guy.
Harmon.
So
Okay.
maybe.
Well, our top. Well,
I don't think they're going to pick a wide receiver, so it's going to
Our-
probably be the cornerback or a defensive tackle.
all our
so.
top guys for the Packers are gone, except corner.
Will Johnson.
There we go. Come on, Goodell. Let's go.
Will Johnson then, John?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm going with. That could be
What?
Gray Zabel?
Abel?
Who's that?
Who's that? Look him up. Wrong again.
He's probably projected to be a third rounder. Guard, North Dakota State? What? That guy's as surprised as any. Like they picked me?
Like,
Oh,
hello?
they do need interior offensive
Hello?
line, but
Hello? What? Me?
we would have never
I was
picked them.
I was about to brush my teeth and go to bed. You sure? That's him. I mean, yeah, okay, fine.
I don't even see him ranked.
Who does Tampa Bay need?
Zabel?
Yeah, he's the second rounder.
Oh, here we go. He's ranked 31st
Oh, 31st.
on this one I'm looking at. Okay, so I guess in the top 30
Okay,
some.
so I'm gonna go James Pierce Jr., edge rusher,
Tennessee. Okay.
Just because that's what Tampa Bay always likes. They love their edge guys.
They love their cornerbacks
and
too.
they love their corners too, but they love their edge guys more.
Well, they did get edge rusher Hassan Reddick, edge rusher Anthony Nelson. So they did pick up a couple of those guys and defensive tackle Greg Gaines.
Yeah, they just love their edge rushers.
I'm just saying they picked up two, so I don't think they're going to go that route.
Well, this draft is not falling the way we thought. Who have that guy?
No, but someone just picked a guard. Thank you. That's another team ahead of us. There haven't been many trades except for the one.
Yeah.
At number 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that. Okay, so what time is it? Maybe a little before 10 o'clock. We'll get that pick in. Let's see. I'm gonna go with that guy. I'm just doing this automatic thing on ESPN. I don't know what I win.
I really think the Buccaneers are going to pick a cornerback. So.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't know he was there.
Well, they don't need a running back.
I didn't know he was there. I'd change it. I'd change it to Jaheed Barron, the guy out of Texas. I thought I don't know why I thought he was gone.
Yeah, he's not gone. But
By the
Johnson
way,
is there too, though.
the guy that everybody, well, not everybody, but most people think Packers are going to take is definitely going to be there, and that is Maxwell Harrison, corner out of Kentucky.
Hmm.
He's definitely going to be there. He's not going anywhere. And he's fine. There's nothing wrong. I didn't know he played in here. Nothing wrong with that corner. If we got him, I'd be happy. He's a nice corner. He's done some really good things. He faced some good competition. He did have injury issues, but no. But again, if you have Will Johnson, Shaheed Barron, Derek Harmon, James Pierce Jr. around, yeah, come on, like, man. And that's really weird that Harmon is falling this low. There must be a problem with him, which I don't know what that could be. Um,
No, they expected him somewhere in the 20s,
okay.
but
I thought he'd go a little bit.
yeah,
I don't know.
I think the one I'm looking at had him ranked
What?
high 20s.
High 20s. Okay. All right. I thought he was
No,
going to go in the 15, in the teens.
I thought he was going to go higher than Nolan.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go higher than Nolan and be in the teens. Hmm.
Yeah, they had him
Interesting.
ranked 30th.
Oh, really?
Derek Harmon.
Really?
I don't know. I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, so do
I would have
I.
been happy with Nolan or him, one of the two.
Yeah,
But
yeah. All right, pick is in. I'm gonna go. I change it. Like I said, I'm going with Shaheed. But a Baron.
Jade Barron
Yeah,
or whatever his name is.
Yuppers.
Cornerback.
Yep, corner.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna
Who you going
go Nick Emenwari,
with? Who is he?
safety.
Interesting. On South Carolina.
But
That's good
he
pick.
has a speed 4.38 speed.
Good pick.
So they could actually put him at corner if they had to. So
Good
they're going to
pick.
give them a lot of flexibility on
Good pick.
defense. So immediate impact player, that's who they like. That's who any team should like. So I got them picking the safety. But again, is he going to play safety or is he going to play corner?
Yeah, he's
Maybe a little bit of both.
he's a little tweener.
Right. He's fast. That's
Okay.
the key. Shedeur Sanders.
Slippity slip, slippity slap, slippity doo dah.
Yeah, and typically quarterbacks do not get taken in the second round. So if he doesn't get picked in the first, he's going to
Well,
fall to the third.
well, he could be picked early second. Somebody like
I'm just telling you the history of the draft. Typically, teams do not pick quarterbacks in the second round because if they fall out of the first round, John, they look at them as more of a backup than a starting quarterback.
what a bunch. Look at this.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, by the way.
Did the Cowboys go get back in there and yeah, they don't need a quarterback.
They don't need a quarterback.
They kind of do.
Zeke.
They need a running back.
Yeah.
So I got the safety.
Okay. Look at the corner.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll, baby. We're almost there, baby. Almost there.
He's from South Carolina. Nick Emenwari.
By the way, I hate those big oversized hats.
And I will be right. Yeah. Maybe not. Oh, Nika Ibuka. Wide receiver?
Oh,
Another wide receiver.
There goes our guy again.
That wasn't even an area of need.
Okay. Well,
they probably
slip.
think with the two wide receivers that they have right now, they're getting older and
really.
Well, I guess I don't know.
Godwin is. I don't know. Sure. God
Mika,
dang.
well, that's one of the guys the Packers were supposed to draft was
Yep.
Mika Igbukka.
Um. Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, Evans might be pissed just because,
Yeah,
but he
Evans.
does run more intermediate routes.
Yeah.
Evans is a really good player.
Yeah. He's really.
Yeah.
Um.
He's got like 10 years in a row, like over a
Okay.
thousand yards.
So the Broncos need running back,
Oh,
wide
Broncos are up now.
receiver, defensive
Cornerback.
tackle. Johnson. We're gonna keep saying that name
It's
till it
not an area of
happens.
need for them though. The
Well,
safety is
no, it
running
says
back, defense. Oh, they definitely need a running back.
mm,
Defensive line, wide receiver,
yeah, Harmon. I'll go with Harmon.
punter. They ain't gonna pick a punter in the first round.
Harmon.
Cornerback, tight end. Wow.
Harmon. Well, that's a good pickup for them. Our top guys
You
are
only
off
have
the
four
board.
more picks, everybody, till the Packers pick.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, man, noise. Oh,
yeah.
Jacko.
Yeah.
Jacko. Yeah. Interesting.
We have not been right a whole lot lately.
No, we have
but
not.
we have thrown some names out there and we've been close on a
Mhm.
few, but we just didn't pick it.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised that they picked a wide receiver. I would have
I
never
really do.
guessed
Yeah,
that.
I agree. I agree. I think that's a
Now they got
surprising.
3 really good wide receivers. So
Well, yeah, for a good old
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Blue City. We will
So we got
see.
Denver. So Denver picked up Hufanga, the safety from the 49ers. So
Okay, so
don't
they won't go
expect him to pick
safety.
that safety.
No.
Another 49er, Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker they picked up, and then tight end Evan Ingram from, I would guess, the Jaguars.
Mm.
I didn't know he was a free agent, but he's playing now for the Broncos, so they picked up a tight end. So they lost a really good linebacker in Cody Barton. Barton's a really good player, really good tackler. Who else? Oh, the running back Javonte Williams, but he wasn't a very good player anyway, and he never played really well for them. So
yeah,
had a lot of potential, but he was always injury prone. So got hurt a lot. And then the Steelers at 21. Will that be where Shedeur Sanders ends up?
according to Steeler Nation, no.
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 Okay. They really do need a top flight quarterback. So the question is, who will that be?
They do.
But they got burned a few years back by Pickett in the first round, so they may not want to get burned again. So the question is, who do they pick, John?
I'm gonna go with Harmon. Just because defense tackle sitting there, they can't pass it up. What? Who? What the? Do it? God damn! I don't want your stupid ads.
Oh boy.
Packers GM and Brian Gutekunst had Matt LaFleur from the Packers draft war room via Green Bay Packers.
Your Green Bay Packers.
Let's see what the comments are. Getting ready. Here's some of the comments already from Packer fans about who the Packers are going to draft. Getting ready to draft a third round graded offensive guard. I surely hope they're cooking back there. I don't know what that means. I really hope they don't trade back. That would be very disappointing. That looks like,
especially since they're hosting the draft.
Only one.
They aren't going to do that, folks. They are not going to.
Okay, this is funny. Nobody freak out when we don't take a wide receiver at 23. There's a lot of good ones round 3 through 4, rounds 3 and 4. That is very true. That is very true.
It is a deep draft at wide receiver.
It's very true.
Well, defensive tackle for sure.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good players out there.
a lot of good players. Um, what I'm Hey, look, if we take Josh Simmons, guys, don't feel bad. Don't not feel bad.
So we're looking at that cornerback probably from Michigan, Will Johnson, going to the Broncos. They'll have a couple top-notch cornerbacks.
Yeah,
They already have a really good cornerback
yeah,
on the other side. So
yeah.
yeah, they'll go with that safety, but they just got a safety, Hufanga, but he's more of a he's plays smash mouth. He's kind of like the guy for the Steelers with the hair.
Um,
Yeah, it does those commercials
oh,
for Head and
look at
Shoulders.
I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
he's really good. Matthew going, why did I come
Why
here?
did I come here?
They're
What just
showing
happened?
Matthew going on TV right
The
now.
pick is in for the Broncos, by the way.
And he's like, why did I come here? I could have been at home, like eating pizza.
So Will Johnson, I'm going with.
No, I'm going with Harmon. And we'll both be wrong.
Defensive tackle. Well, they actually have some really good tackles right now, but they're not big beefy guys.
Yeah, that's what I
So
mean. And that's
they're guys that are kind of more. They rush the quarterback really well and they get off the ball really quick and whatnot, but they're not beefy guys. So,
I'm going to put a comment here. Don't freak out if we take Josh. And then watch people blow me
freak
up.
out.
Watch people flip out on
Flip
me.
out, yeah.
I'm just telling you.
So we still have Nick Emanwari.
I'm just telling you. It's not a bad pickup.
That safety also still out there.
Golden is still there. Let's make it happen. No. No, wait a minute. What the hell? He just won't make a difference in the first.
That James Pierce is still out there, right? Junior from
Tennessee. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't like Tennessee guys because if you remember, we took that Tennessee guy, number 19. What was it? Yeah, Broncos took a
Jahdae Barron.
Yeah.
I picked the wrong one.
You picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong one.
Yeah, but I picked a cornerback there.
Yeah,
John.
There you go.
So at least I picked the wrong one.
You're in the neighborhood. You're in the neighborhood, my friend. Okay. Here we go. Pick number 21. Sanders. No, they're not going to take Sanders because Tomlin likes defense, but he's going to take Golden. I'm going to go with Matthew Golden and the only reason why
I gotta pick another wide receiver.
I just feel that why I don't know.
No, they aren't.
Okay, who are they taking?
I don't know.
Because their defensive line is fine. They have nice linebackers. They have a nice defense. I guess you could take Will
Their
Johnson.
needs are quarterback, running back. No, definitely running back because the running back went to the Chargers.
Take the guy out of North Carolina.
So they lost Najee Harris to the Chargers.
But you can pick up a corner in second, third.
Defensive line, offensive tackle, safety, wide receiver, inside offensive lineman. So they need some line help.
Okay.
They could pick that safety. Nobody wants to pick that safety though. I keep saying somebody's gonna pick.
So right now it's either Will Johnson according to Mel Kiper or Hampton, the running back from North Carolina. Okay.
Will Johnson, right? He's one of those guys that Tomlin likes.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed football player. Yes. So that's a Tomlin pick.
That's a Tomlin pick.
Otherwise, it's going to be that safety that we talked
about. Sanders. Go picks in. Uh-oh.
So Nick Emenwari, the safety again from
Oh, I could see that. I could see that.
South Carolina.
I could see that. The thing with the Steelers is, again, they're kind of like Wisconsin teams. They're good. They're well coached. They do fine. They're good. They're good teams.
Jackson Dart.
Just sitting there, just
Sitting there.
sitting
He's not.
there.
He's
And
waiting
this
for the
guy
phone
next,
call. He's waiting for the phone
God,
call. Waiting for the phone call.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Not getting it.
You ain't getting it.
Here's my phone call.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. I like Steeler fans, but the problem with Steeler fans,
Blue
again,
collar,
you can't.
hard working.
You're not gonna go anywhere with Tomlin. You got to get rid of him. You got to move on, bring some fresh blood in there. And I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
In the last 15 years, how many playoff wins does he have? Like 2,
It's
3?
It's a bad number.
Yeah, it's a bad number.
It's bad.
So he keeps winning, but he's not winning.
He's never had a losing record in 20 seasons. Not one. Lombardi can't say that. Palace can't say that. Belichick can't say that. I mean, for crying out loud, those are all legacy coaches. Tomlin is not a legacy coach, so I don't care what people say.
The question is, who's it going to be?
All right.
I like the pick of the Michigan cornerback, Johnson.
Okay, I'm going to go with that. Here we go.
But it could be that safety, Emenwari. Nope, Derek Harmon, my guy.
He's gone.
Defensive tackle from Oregon.
He's gone.
Dang it.
Your pick's gone.
Well, they do have to eventually replace some of the interior defensive linemen.
Eventually. Get it.
Wow. My guy is gone. Sorry, Packer Blitz fans.
So, my guy is still there, Josh Simmons. He's still there. But then again, the 2 corners are still there. The edge rusher's still there.
Okay. So who's up next? Not the Packers.
Chargers.
Yep.
Chargers.
Okay, so they need infinite. They need inside offensive lineman, defensive line, tight end, edge, wide receiver, running back, cornerback. So
I'm gonna go corner. No, Will Johnson.
I mean, they did add Najee Harris, so I don't see them taking a running back. Although they could take a faster running back, one that maybe use them in tandem with one another, because Najee Harris likes to hit people and he's kind of a bruiser. But
I think you can't
get a guy with breakaway speed, maybe.
You got Harbaugh there, who's a nutcase, by the way. He's gonna take either a defensive tackle or a corner. So
yeah, but we don't have. He might take that guy from Michigan. We keep saying that.
Yeah, Will Johnson. Yeah.
Will Johnson. Yeah.
And if he goes off the board, then then you got our corner.
Maxwell he does have to replace some defensive ends because Bosa's gone now.
Yeah, that's true. So you could take James Pierce Jr.
You could.
Well, this is a no-brainer. If James Pierce Jr. goes to the Chargers, you have to take Will Johnson, even though Maxwell Harrison is sitting there. I just have a better feeling about Johnson than I do.
He's a more complete player.
He's a more complete
less
player.
Boom or bust.
Yeah.
More solid.
More solid. He can come in right away, make a change for you. He played against good competition. Harrison, I get why they would take him, but then again, I know why they would take Josh Simmons. I get it. Totally get it. To take Matthew Goldwyn, you will see me pass out.
You still have a Marion Hampton out there, the running back, from North Carolina.
So we know it's not going to be a running back for the Packers.
No, I'm talking about for the for the Chargers. But no, it's not going to be a running back for the
Packers. Linebacker, Jaheed Campbell's out there from Alabama.
Yep, Jihad.
Jahan. I mean, yeah. I hear
I
you.
don't know. He's a little bit slow at 4.52, but
They need a corner. I mean, your corner's there. Take them. Either Harrison or
are we talking about Packers?
yeah.
I'm
Because
still
who
trying to
cares about
figure.
the Chargers?
I'm
I
still
don't care.
trying to figure out
I
who the
don't care.
Chargers. They have to take the cornerback too.
Yeah. So whoever corner is left, that's who the Packers will take. So if Johnson goes to the Chargers,
Uh-huh.
then we take Harrison. If Harrison goes to the Chargers,
On Packers Blitz episode 98, I had us not. I wanted us to take Harmon, but I thought that they were going to take Harrison. Remember?
yeah, I
Yeah.
get you. I get you.
So that's who I wanted them to take was Harmon, but I figured they'd end up taking
Mm,
Harrison. So go
yeah.
back to episode 98. I could actually be right
No, you're right.
on that. I could be right. I'm
You
not
are
saying
right.
I'm going to be right, but
You're right.
I don't know. The Chargers keep drafting. They like building through the offensive line and the defensive line. So I would expect them to take a lineman again. It's kind of a Harbaugh thing. But he's got a player that came out of Michigan that's an area of need at cornerback.
Mhm.
So they could address that, right, John?
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what Harbaugh thinks of this guy. He must have had him, right, as a player.
Yeah.
So if he
Yeah.
wants him,
Yeah.
he will
We'll
draft
take
him.
him. Yeah. I totally get it.
Otherwise, it could be that Pierce guy, Pierce Jr.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. I got you. I just Tennessee just
You're
scared.
concentrating on the Packers now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I'm
Who
trying to
gives a
figure
shit
out-
about the Chargers? I don't care. They're not going to win anyway. They're going to be. Harbaugh should have never gotten. The only reason he got back in the NFL, folks, is because Michigan caught with that sign stealing thing and some other things, and he was like, "See ya." He did the same thing Pete Carroll did at USC. When USC they started the NCAA started looking at him, he went, "Oop, I gotta go." Yeah. I mean, there you go. I don't know why Matthew Golden is up in the top 5 right now. Mel Kiper. I just don't. I don't get it. And you're not taking Sanders here. He's not taking Sanders, and we're not taking Sanders.
No.
So
But
yeah,
they could trade out.
Minnesota's not taking Sanders. I don't see Green Bay trading out. That wouldn't make any sense. You got your 2 corners, you got offensive tackle and a receiver. You got 4 guys that you can literally just roll the dice on and go, boom, I'm picking that guy. And I think any one of those picks is a good pick. Of course, they would take somebody from Clemson, some linebacker from Clemson. Uh-oh, we got frozen TV. Fix it. Something's broken. What's wrong with your TV? Go to the phone.
Oh, just went.
Okay.
TV just went. Oh. It's
What
back
are
up
they-
again.
What are they doing? Come on, War Room.
You want me to get some Dots pretzels? I can get some Dots pretzels if you want a snack.
Sure.
You getting hungry?
Yeah, sure. I need something else to drink too. I can't drink a beer. I'll be driving home, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've got some water.
That'd be perfect.
You want some water?
Yeah. Perfect.
Some high quality H2O.
H2.
Whoa, he's getting fiery.
Oh,
Mel is getting
Mel's
fiery.
Gonna pass out. Mel's gonna pass out. He's gonna.
Boy, the Chargers are waiting
Why-
a
What
while.
are the Chargers
Are they
waiting
trying to
for?
trade the pick or what?
Either they're trading the pick, like the Packers are maybe moving up, trying to get Will Johnson.
Yeah,
Could be, I guess. I don't know
there
why.
have not been a lot of trades.
I don't know why you would.
Somebody's gonna want to trade back into the first round
Yeah,
to get
someone's gonna-
Sanders, right? Shadur
Oh
Sanders.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
30 seconds, and they still haven't picked.
Hmm.
Maybe they'll just go to the Packers right now. We'll be back on the
Yes.
clock.
Please. It's
The
only
Char-
9:30.
the Chargers, what are they
I
doing?
don't know what
They're gonna run out of time.
doing. Sometimes
They still haven't picked.
they're running out of time.
10, nine,
9,
eight,
8,
seven,
7,
six,
6,
five,
5,
four,
4,
three,
3,
two,
2,
one.
1.
Eh.
Nope, pick is in. They got the
Picks
pick.
in. That was
Oh,
last
you
second. The
lucky.
Chargers wait till the last second.
They were probably talking to Green Bay. I bet. Totally bet you.
Yeah.
I bet they were saying, "We're taking Will Johnson. You want him? You want him? Give us, give us,
It's not.
give us a second and a third." Like, fuck you. We're not giving you a second and a third. Go
Okay.
fuck yourself.
Whoa, whoa. Settle down, John.
I'm pumped. This is the draft. Where are those pretzels? And where's my water? I
That's
want
our
pretzels.
next sponsor is
Yeah.
Dots Pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get you
Vixen.
your water. Keep you nice and
Make
hydrated.
sure it's cold. Oh. We're getting some pretzels and water. We're almost done here. We're doing pretty good too for some old guys. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We're gonna announce this pick, or are we just gonna stare at each other? My phone doesn't even have the pick. Oh, they took a running back. They took the running back out of North Carolina. There we go. There you
I
go.
didn't pick it, but I was right. I told you they're getting the running back that is more of a speedster.
All right, Packers.
Okay. I mentioned that just before. I was close, but I didn't pick it. I did mention him, didn't I?
You did? You did, folks. You did. All right. Packers, go, Pack, go. Woo. Your TV froze again. Awesome. Woohoo! We got our selection now, folks. We can't screw this up. There's no way we can screw it up. We can take the tackle from Ohio State. That's a good pick. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. We can take Golden, which I think is a little more of a reach. And we can take Pierce, Tennessee. Not bad. We can take him. So, Goody, you can't screw this up. It's impossible.
Oh, Will Johnson.
Yes.
Here's your Dots Pretzels.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can't screw it up. Can't screw it up. It's impossible. Well, you can take the safety. I don't know why, but sure. You can screw it up. You can't screw this up. It's impossible. Can't screw it up. Let's go. Uh-oh. 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 Please, God. Pick. Pick it in, baby. Pick it in. Corner. Come on. Come on. Either guy. Will Johnson or James Pierce Jr. There you go. Let's go. Mm-hmm. No, no. Andy!
What? They traded the pick?
I'm getting worried. Pick is not in yet.
They didn't trade the pick yet.
Pick is not in yet.
Try not to spill this on your motherboard.
Well, it's gonna be a mother already.
Well,
What are they
the
doing?
cornerbacks have fallen to us. Now it's a matter of which cornerback are they going to pick, because they're not going to pick a defensive tackle now.
No.
Or do they just go and pick somebody that we have no clue who it is?
You cannot screw this up. Positive vibes.
They have another year where they could pick a really, really good cornerback, and they aren't going to do it.
They fucking you don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Eat your dots.
I'm worried. I'm getting worried. Oh man, I went worried.
I told you that the Chargers might pick a running back.
Oh, I'm so worried. Why didn't we pick? Why isn't the pick in? Why isn't the pick in?
Got to soak up all the stomach acid.
Oh my god. I have a bad feeling again like last year, Andy. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah.
No, no, no. No, 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 no. You can't screw it up. It's impossible. You got 4 guys. Any one of those 4 guys. It's
Which 4 guys are those?
Matthew Golden, Josh Simmons,
Harrison.
Harrison, and Will Johnson.
Okay.
Any one of those guys. Perfect.
There's
Nope.
also that safety from South Carolina. They could
Yeah.
pick him and
Yeah, he's a
not put him
good,
at safety, but they could
he's a
put
good
him.
player.
They could put him.
He's a good
cornerback.
player. I wouldn't mind that pick. I wouldn't mind it. So you got 5 freaking guys. You want to do this up.
Well, there's also that defensive end too. Still there,
Pierce.
Pierce.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going with Will Johnson.
I'd like to see him take Will Johnson because he seems like probably the safest pick. Golden, I don't know, he's a little bit risky.
I agree.
It's that risk reward. Goody likes doing that kind of stuff. He's taking flyers on people.
Why aren't we picking? I'm so nervous. Why isn't the pick in? Andy! Why isn't the pick in?
Go Pack, go!
Why
Go Packers!
No, please don't screw it
Look at
up.
all these people. They're excited.
They're gonna lose. Everyone's gonna crap their pants. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
They're not trading the pick.
No.
They're hosting the draft. They're gonna draft a player. Goody has been given the directive to draft. People are there. They're waiting for them to pick.
No.
They're going to pick.
Not do it.
Now, if they slid back later in the first round, fine. But if they fall out of the first round, there's going to be some really pissed off people there.
Yeah. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go to that screws. Why isn't the pick in? Somebody's trying to trade us. Somebody's trying to move up to our position. Who's that? Like I said, Philly. I felt Philly was going to fit.
No, I didn't even go through what our needs were. Okay, we didn't even really talk about that on our podcast. Okay, so defensive line, cornerback, edge, offensive tackle, wide receiver, inside offensive line, and running back. I don't see the running back. I don't know why they listed that. Yeah, so I'm thinking either an edge rusher or the cornerback, and it won't be a defensive tackle because they're both gone. It could be a wide receiver too, John, just like you said.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but the guy from Ohio State's gone. That's
Matthew
who Mel
Golden.
said they were going to take way back when, but he's not there. Oops.
Come on, man. We can do this. Why isn't the pick in?
They're just suspense. That's all it
Killing
is.
me, man. You're killing me. They're killing me, Waggy. They're killing me.
So Mike Green, defensive end,
That's what I said.
who's out there.
Who they would fucking take just to piss me off. Picks in.
From Marshall, Mike
Yeah.
Green.
Just to piss us off. Just to piss us off.
Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of a tweener. He's not.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's only 251 pounds. That's not really. That's more of a linebacker than a defensive end.
Come on, Packers. Don't fuck this up. Come on.
Will Johnson, please do the safe
Just
thing.
do the same. Will Johnson.
Just get a really solid
Will
player
Johnson.
who's going to play, maybe 5 to 7 years for us.
Yes.
it'd be
He's,
nice to find somebody finally that like makes a Pro Bowl.
he's like a Craig Newsome, maybe better, hopefully better. He's a good player, you know.
Yeah.
Good way to do. Come on, baby, we can do it.
Well, pick's in.
Pick us in.
Pick is in, people.
Come on, baby, we can do it.
Well, I said they were going to pick Harrison possibly, so but I like the guy from Michigan better, so that's just me.
Yeah, I think if they take, you don't know. I mean, really, it comes down to if they take Johnson over
Definitely don't know.
Harrison does better. Johnson, whoever's your fifth or your sixth. But Josh Simmons is sitting there, folks. That's all I'm saying. So do not be surprised because they know they have to protect
Yeah,
Jordan.
maybe he
Love.
can fall into the second and we can scoop him up.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Probably not going to happen.
No. Oh, it's Mark Murphy.
Oh gosh.
Boo!
Seriously?
Mark Murphy.
It's all about Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
His last draft.
Last draft. Yeah.
You do have that Kenneth Grant defensive tackle from Michigan still there, John.
Okay, here we go.
He's all happy. Mark Murphy.
Mark Murphy. Come on, Mark.
It's not all about you, Mark.
Not all about you, Mark.
Let's get to the pick here.
Let's go, Mark. How about you?
Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. Maybe a different Michigan player than what we think.
Could be.
I'd still go with the cornerback. That's a greater area of need.
Yeah.
Not that we don't need a defensive tackle, but we really do need a cornerback.
Here we go.
Packers select.
Here we go.
Come
on.
What is taking so long?
Say it! Come on.
Oh, actually, Kenneth Grant's already gone. He went to Miami. Sorry. He already got drafted. It's not going to be Kenneth Grant. It's going to be the cornerback.
Go!
It's going to be the cornerback. Will Johnson.
Will Johnson. Come on. Come on. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
What?
For the first time ever, we're making a selection in Green Bay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Number 1, go Pack, go! Get to the pick!
What?
Matthew Golden.
Okay.
Wide receiver, Texas.
All right.
He's golden. He's going to the green and gold.
Well, we need a receiver.
We do. Now what are we going to do? What are we going to do in the second round, people? Wow.
God, he slipped.
Matthew Golden.
And you know why the Packers took him? Because
Why?
Because
Got the White Queens up next.
We have the opportunity to take that great wide receiver from the White Queens, and it's late, and I can't remember his name. Their best receiver. What's his name?
But didn't they pick ahead of us that year?
What's his name? Okay. Well, what do you think, Andy? You like the pick?
Well, I would have rather them pick a cornerback, but we do need a wide receiver. Hopefully he's that game breaker that we need. Isn't he kind of slight? Isn't he kind of like small?
Yes.
Okay. But he's fast. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, he was one of the guys that we talked about in episode 98, right,
Yeah.
John? I thought he one of the guys we listed off. So
Yeah.
they ended up picking somebody that we had talked about at least.
Yeah. So not a bad pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. We needed a receiver, but I think a corner was a bigger need.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
We'll see.
I d- um
Only time will tell. So NFL draftbuzz.com had Matthew Golden ranked 10th out of all the prospects. So just to let you know.
out of all wide receiver prospects.
No, out of all the prospects. Period.
What are you saying?
This is their assessment. NFL offenses will find an immediate deep threat in Matthew Golden, who brings far more than just straight line speed to the table.
Mm, okay.
And I'll try to get you some other information here, it looks like.
Uh, this guy is gonna have a chip on his shoulder, just like guess who? Aaron Rodgers did, because he sat there forever and ever and ever, and that doesn't make him happy. So Justin Jefferson, son, I was drawing a blank on him. That was the guy we wanted to get during that draft. We were thinking of moving up or whatever it was, and decided not to. Whoops. Yeah. So I think the Packers were like, "Hey, we gotta not make the same mistake again. If we
We're
have
going
an
to try to
opportunity.
predict what the Vikings are going to do, or we're just going to talk about our pick. So,
Safety, they're gonna take that safety.
Golden Strengths, he's an absolute burner who hits top gear in a flash. He's a natural hands catcher who can contort his body and adjust to off target throws, just like Justin Jefferson can, actually,
Yeah.
while maintaining control through contact. Explosive playmaker after the catch, with the vision and acceleration of a kick returner, turns routine catches into chunk plays. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nasty route runner
Yeah.
who sells his breaks with conviction. Cornerbacks bite hard on his double moves due to his convincing head and shoulder fakes.
Yeah.
He has special teams value because he's also a kick returner.
There's
So he
no
returned
way you have
two.
return kicks.
He returned two for a touchdown in 2023. He averaged over 31 yards per return.
Matt LaFleur's happy. It's like, I finally got a weapon. I finally got a weapon. And
Consistently creates separation at the top of routes through sudden deceleration and explosive drive out of breaks.
here's the thing. Here's the thing too.
Weaknesses: frame, could use some additional bulk.
Yeah. That's what they said about Steve Smith.
Concentration drops.
Mm.
Blocking effort and technique. He's had some medical concerns. He had foot surgery and previous rib injury.
Wow.
Vikings picked the guard out of Ohio State. We would have never got that one right.
Never got that one right.
Okay.
Huh. Huh. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say about this is Christian Watson, they say if Houston traded the pick to
New
New
York
York.
Giants. Giants are coming back in to get a quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna take Shedeur Sanders. The Giants are.
So here's the
Is
deal.
that Shefty? Shefty talking about that?
Yeah. So here's the deal. Christian Watson is never going to be the same. I don't care what you say. Too many injuries. He's probably not going to be back. They said if we're lucky, the 12th game of the season. So by the time he gets his football legs, the season's over and hopefully in the playoffs. But think about this now. We have Matthew Golden. We have Tucker Kraft. Hopefully Musgrave
Yeah.
comes back. We got
Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs, Josh Jacobs. That's a pretty nice offense you got
Yeah.
going. And I forgot
Reed.
Jane Reed, who's got to bounce back from his crappy last year. So I'm liking that because we will pick up guys in the second, third, and fourth. Like I said, that's where we make our money, who are going to be offensive tackles.
Or is it Jackson Dart?
Could be Jackson. So again, and we're nearing the end here, and who knows? Maybe like we did with the receiver from Christian, we traded up to get him. What in the early second round and got him. We could do that with a corner, or we could do that.
Oh, Matthew Golan out there taking selfies with the fans.
Yeah.
So I really like this, what they said about him. His sophisticated understanding of route running and ability to separate at all levels will give offensive coordinators a versatile chess piece to deploy across the formation. So looks like gives them a lot of flexibility in their offense.
And guess what?
So we'll see.
We'll need it.
We'll see. We've been harping on them to finally get
Finally
some
get a
weapons
receiver and
for
get some
their
weapons.
quarterbacks,
Well,
but
but remember,
I think we're really close to being a really good defense. That's
Yeah.
the whole.
yeah.
That's the disappointing part is that after all these drafts of drafting all these defensive players high,
Mhm. Yeah.
it seems like we're finally getting to
Yeah.
be a somewhat. I'd like to see us be a
And
dominant defense. Well,
Yeah.
now
Now we got some.
Now we
offense,
just picked offensive player again. They were actually for the
but
first time in 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah, wide receiver.
And wide receiver. And for the past, what? How many drafts we've been doing? Offensive linemen, defensive linemen, cornerbacks, linebackers,
Yep.
safety. Never a receiver, not somebody's game. Now, again, reading something today, some guy with a lot of time on their hands said that even a star receiver like you bring in really only makes basically a 20% difference in your offense. And I'm like, I get you. I mean, he could be Justin Simmons. He could be Randy Moss. He could be Javon Walker. We don't know. But then again, I think, like I said, this is not a screw up pickup. Andy and I would really like the corner. That is a need. However, so is defensive tackle. And so, it's like, what are we going to do? And Jair Alexander, who knows? Maybe he said, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And when in our earlier episodes in the season, if you remember, when we had our starting secondary out there, Xavier McKinney, and Jair's out there, everybody's out there, right? We were one of the top defenses against the pass. Okay, we were like in the top 10. So I'm like, I don't think Jair is going to be back. I do think they're going to cut him, which is a mistake because I think you can get at least a late round pick for him, which wouldn't be surprised tomorrow or Saturday that we get something for him. There's going to be a team that's going to be like, oh, our guy wasn't there. So, hi, Jair still available? Yeah. Okay. And Matthew Golden's a good pick. I like it. And if you ask my homies, Yeah, he had some offensive firepower, and that's part of the reason they won. If you put Mahomes on Cleveland, you think he's winning 3 Super Bowls? Nope. But we'll, again,
Yeah.
and,
Well, Matthew Golden again was one of the people that I listed off in episode 98. Along with Jade Barron, he was already gone. Derek Harmon was already gone. Walter Nolan was already gone.
uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, well, at least we listed them off, John. That's one of the. So we had Shamar Stewart, Michael Williams, Emeka Igbuka. He was already gone as well. So
Yeah. So
a lot of
right.
the guys that we suggested were already gone, but Matthew Golden fell to us. So
Yeah.
at least we got one of those top guys that we had talked about. So New York's Giants selections, then it's going to be Shador Sanders.
I agree.
I would assume less is Jackson Dart, but it's going to be Shador Sanders.
I agree.
Jackson Dart. What?
What? Oh man.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't get that. I do not get that. Okay.
Well, they picked a quarterback. They knew they were going to pick a quarterback. Wow, Shador Sanders is falling.
Yeah, he's falling. On the clock is Atlanta. So I guess they take the corner, Will Johnson. Would be my guess.
Oh, they're back. They had 2 picks.
Let's-
Trade alert.
That's what I mean. They traded Atlanta traded with the Rams.
Oh, the Rams. Who do the Rams want?
They,
Oh, they trades the pick to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Atlanta's on the
yeah, so they're gonna take Will Johnson. No. No, they got what's his name? Pixon Pearson, whatever his name is. There, which is they think is the future. They'll take Will Johnson. Dallas. Well, Dallas is already back in. Dallas is already back in. They had 2 first-round picks.
What?
Oh no. Baltimore. No, sorry. Sorry, folks. I thought there was a trade there. No. So Atlanta, they're on the clock, and then Baltimore. Well, Baltimore is love. They can get a corner, or they can get
Rams traded out. Well, they're smart. They're probably accumulating draft picks.
yeah.
They didn't see a player that they thought was worthy. So yeah, we got the Rams trading out of 26. The Falcons are in. With the Ravens, then we get the Lions. That'll be interesting. They'll probably pick a cornerback.
Yeah, they'll take it.
Maybe not. Maybe they will. Oh, they need a safety.
Oh yeah, they'll take the safety.
The Commanders, the Bills, the Chiefs, and then the Eagles. That would have been the Chiefs pick as another speedy wide receiver, Matthew Golden, but he didn't make it down to him. So.
Oh yeah, they would have taken him. Absolutely, they would have taken.
Speed wins.
Yeah, they're just gonna crush us. Interesting. Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's see what the Packers news say. Packers winner. The drought is over. Matthew Golden's Green Bay Packer. First Packers pick. Packers drafted Golden Guy on our radar to show green and gold colors, meaning we're on the receiving end of gray. And what that means. Targets. Golden. I'm excited that they finally drafted first one wide receiver, but from a production analytical perspective, Golden profiles as an outlier among first round picks. And that is some dude I have no idea who he is. Packers tape Where does Golden line up in the roster? Packers fans feeling John Walker. Can't be critical. I can't really be critical. Good value. Yeah, I mean, it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup, you know. And yeah, 20 years. That's crazy.
22.
22, 4.29.
Yeah, that's 2002.
And folks, like I said, he's gonna have a huge chip on his shoulder. He's gonna be pissed.
So Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan,
Yeah.
the Falcons.
No,
James
James
Pierce
Pierce
Edge Jr.
Jr.
Oh, that makes sense too.
That makes sense
Edge
too.
rusher.
Yeah.
They needed somebody.
Yeah. I mean, remember, most of the guys that we wanted were gone. Andy's guy was gone. I mean, and like I said, the corners were there, and it's just, I don't know. It's tough. Got to remember too. One thing I was talking today at work, the NFL favors offense.
Wait a minute. The Packers trade back it.
Stop scaring people. Well, we're not trading with Detroit. They hate our guts. Baltimore, definitely not. Let's see. Rams receive second round pick, seventh round pick, and a 2026 first round pick.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And Falcons stink, so they're probably going to get a top 15 pick. Yikes. Okay. Okay.
This guy could be a total bust, though.
Yeah, he could be. It could be a total bust.
So
we'll see. We will see. I mean, I like him, but again, I don't like guys in Tennessee. They usually flame out. I don't know what it is. I've never, I mean, with the exception of the great Peyton Manning. Other than that, name Tennessee guys. Like, I don't know, man. It's a real hard one. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was fine. If the Packers would have taken it, I would have been like, I would have taken Golden or whatever. So, Baltimore, they always love defense.
yeah, that was Pierce. Might have been their guy. That's why they jumped ahead of Baltimore.
Yes, and
that's a Baltimore pick.
Yes, that's a Baltimore pick, and also Golden. If he was there, I guarantee you, Baltimore would have taken him. Guarantee you, because Lamar Jackson needs weapons. He's doing it all himself again, and he's gonna get crushed.
So the Ravens also need a cornerback. Everybody needs a cornerback.
Well, everybody needs it.
Inside offensive lineman, edge rusher. Well, that would have been Pierce. Defensive line, linebacker, safety, and kicker.
Yeah.
So I guess they want to get rid of the kicker that they have there and get a new one. I guess I don't know.
And Packer Blitz fans, everybody, I'm calling this at 10:30. 10:30, I'm out of here. Because really, 29 Washington, what do they need? Defense, don't really care. And then you got
Detroit's going to be interesting. Detroit's coming up.
John. Yeah, Detroit's probably going to take a safety again. We'll see.
Are they're going to do the full 10 minutes, aren't they?
Yeah, they got to stop that. I love Saturday when they do draft 4 through 7. It's just pew, 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 pew. It's just great. They just get it, just cruise through it. Because by then, okay, we'll see. I think our second round tomorrow will be really interesting to see who the Packers take. We'll see. I think there'll be some good players out there still, and some edge rushers out there. So,
yep, and a few cornerbacks that are still there. We have to move up to get them, though, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move up. We're at 54, correct? 54 is in the second round. Is that our pick?
Sure.
So yeah, we're gonna have to move up because those guys are. See, you don't want to be yeah. And we love doing the draft because you just don't know, man. There's so many many weird picks. So many weird picks. You know, the guard out of North Dakota State. Okay. You know, I don't know. We'll see. Thank God it's Friday tomorrow, folks, because I can't take this. Um, and I missed when the draft was in like a hotel room and everybody had phones and you would just see everybody. That was fun. So I'm guessing Will Johnson here. We'll see.
The Packers double up in the second round and do another wide receiver.
Could be. Could be.
Kind of like what they did with tight end a few years back.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, Musgrave is going to be a good player. He may not become a Tucker Kraft per se. And we don't know what Tucker Kraft is going to become the next big thing. But we'll see. But I cannot emphasize enough. If we can remain healthy with Josh Jacobs and Jaden and Matthew Golden, hopefully can pick up the offense pretty quickly. Tucker Kraft can remain healthy. Musgrave can remain healthy.
Jaden Reed can start
Jaden Reed
catching
can
balls
start catching the
and-
ball, start dropping it. Jatavian Wicks, I think he's a hidden gem. I think he can really help us. Musgrave. I mean, you have a killer offense. I mean, just killer. I mean, if LaFleur gets off his ass and puts it together, it's gonna be like the greatest show on turf. Which when Kurt Warner was having just ripping people apart. I mean, defense didn't have the answer for it, and we'll see. But on paper, which is not the NFL the way it works, we have a really nice offense right now. But again, Jordan Love, he's our key. He's the guy. You got to remain healthy. Got to be able to work through things, and you don't know. I can see Josh Simmons here, but I do see a corner. And Detroit, I could see them rebuild, just building up their offensive line because that's what Detroit is. They just learned their lesson. Excuse me.
Ravens will probably pick a cornerback.
Yeah, I agree. Corner.
We totally could be wrong because we've been wrong before. Be wrong again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Let's move this along here.
Come on, just say it. Yeah, what are you doing?
Guess nobody wants to do her.
Oh my God!
Malachi Starks, safety at Georgia. Okay. Well, they picked somebody in the secondary. We were right on that.
Okay, Detroit's got to take Will Johnson. They took Hutchinson last.
Maybe the Packers are going to move back up.
Oh, please, God, do that. Make me happy. Make a old man happy.
Let's win now.
Let's fucking win now. What are we doing? Okay, here we go. So,
was he even in the top? No, he wasn't.
No. There's been a lot
he
of
wasn't
guys.
even the top safety.
No, the guy from South Carolina is sitting there. In the Lions.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Malachi Starks. He was ranked 26th.
Out of what? Just everyone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's a good player. He's a good player from Georgia. But then we saw Eric Stokes. Remember Eric Stokes?
Yeah. Remember him?
Yeah.
He's with the Raiders now.
And again, come on, Packers, trade with the Lions. That would make my day.
I don't think that's gonna
That
happen.
would make my day. No, they hate each other. They're never gonna do that. Never in a million years. The Packers would have to be like, we'll give you 2 first-round picks next year. Will Johnson. They'll take their Michigan boy. And he'd be like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. Nice suit.
Lions pick is in already.
Yeah. Let's go.
We will get through the draft before 10:30, John.
I hope so. Because Washington Washington
You gotta
needs.
drive home safely, John. You gotta drive home safely.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This has been an interesting draft to say the least. I think there were some reaches again. I think there were a little couple surprises here and there. Again,
Well, the Giants drafting Jackson Dart.
I don't.
Not surprising they're drafting a quarterback, but
Mhm. Yeah,
they
right.
have Jameis Winston and they have Rumpelstiltskin. So they got
Rumpelstiltskin.
2 quarterbacks,
Yeah,
but they just added another one. So
yeah. I
but
mean,
they need somebody for the future, that's for
oh,
sure.
they definitely do. And Rumpelstiltskin's gonna last a year, then they're gonna cut him. And come on, Jameis Winston is is interception machine. Um, mm, I'm really interested to see what Buffalo does. I like to see Buffalo take Will Johnson just because
Yeah, they'll take a cornerback because
yeah.
we keep saying somebody's going to take a
Oh, it
cornerback.
has to.
The picks in for the Lions. So what are the Lions up to? Oops.
Yeah.
Who do they need?
Oh, we can see their draft board. Those idiots.
And what does it say?
Well, you'd have to pause. If you pause your TV, you can get out on it and let rid of the.
Where's the remote?
Way to go!
I don't know. It's up there.
It's up it's all good.
People want to know who the Lions have.
They had their draft board.
Yeah.
Nobody keeps their draft.
That's interesting.
My God, the Lions did it again last.
Oh, not spinning.
Uh-uh.
Are we spinning too?
Nope. We're fine. Okay. We're going to the phone. No, it started spinning before that. So I don't know. Internet. There you go.
Going to the phone. Is it after this where he's hugging him?
No, it's before.
Oh, before it? Even back there?
Mm.
That wasn't that far back, was
No.
it? This is entertainment, folks. Us like pausing and rewinding.
This is the fun stuff. Okay.
Thanks to YouTube TV.
You can fast forward.
Don't you want to see the draft
No.
board?
I'm
I
sure.
kind of do.
Why? You can't read it. You'd have, like I said, you got to pause it and then enhance.
Enhance.
So must just fast forward. Fast forward.
Fine.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hey, wait.
No, looks like who? Defensive tackle?
Well, that was Washington. Who did Detroit pick?
Oh. Whoops. Shouldn't have rewound.
There you go.
Lions pick. And everybody already knows what it is. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Okay.
Who?
No idea. God,
Well,
we got.
they know better than anybody because
Okay.
they're good at drafting. So
Wow, not that good.
no,
When's the last time they won a Super Bowl?
I don't think he was ranked in the top. Yes, he wasn't. Oh no, he's ranked 36th.
All right.
Tyleik Williams.
Fast forward. Look at the Washington pick, and I can get rock and rolling out of here.
Did they need a defensive tackle?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting draft.
They needed everything but a defensive tackle.
Mm.
They needed an edge rusher, inside offensive lineman, linebacker, wide receiver, offensive tackle, safety, and quarterback. I don't know why they need a wide receiver. What do they need a wide receiver for?
I don't know. I do not
And
know.
why do they need a quarterback? Backup quarterback?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Mm.
Well, they picked up DJ Reed from the Jets, I believe. He's a cornerback.
Yeah,
So
sitting in the corner.
they picked up a defensive tackle, Roy Lopez. I'm not sure who that is. I'm sure he's really good. They picked up another defensive tackle. And
They're talking to Matthew Golden. Who is it?
he's asking who is it?
Yeah. His mom. Who is it?
Green Bay, and you're in Green Bay. That's perfect. He's wearing gold, and he's going to the green and gold. Well, I hope it works out for us, right, John?
So here's some of the comments. Great pick, great pick, great pick, great pick. Then basically what Andy and I said should have been Will Johnson or Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins.
Well, he's not till like the second round, third
Yeah.
round.
Green Golden, good pick. Who is it? Uh, welcome to the Packers.
Well, they thought Golden could possibly even go in the top 10.
Yes.
So, you know,
They,
there's some talent there. Hopefully, he'll show a lot of it when he plays for the Packers.
yeah, yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Da, da, da. Thoughts, comments. Okay. No comments. Hot chick. Go back to the hot chick. Not a lot of comments right now, other than it's a good pick. You know, maybe should have taken.
So the Commanders' pick is in.
I gotta go Will
Commanders need
Johnson.
an edge rusher, cornerback, safety, running back, inside offensive lineman. This is familiar. Offensive tackle and wide receiver. Well, it's not going to be a running back, and it's not going to be a wide receiver.
No.
I mean, it could be an offensive tackle
Yeah.
or a safety or cornerback. A lot of the edge guys are gone now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hmm. I'm just
I
checking
mean,
out.
most likely they picked up Laramie Tunsil, offensive tackle. So I don't know. They kind of addressed that. Wide receiver Debo Samuel came over from 49ers. Defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw is an addition to the club. They picked up some really good players. Huh?
So this is what Golden said. It's a blessing. I quote. It's a blessing. Um, he said, "Make big plays." Blah blah blah. That's what you should expect from me. I'm a reliable target. I can get open anywhere on the field. I'm bringing dog mentality. Know that.
Dog.
I definitely knew they didn't take a receiver from that long ago when he said to some reporters. Definitely means a lot more. It's always been a dream of mine to go to the first round. Truly a blessing. Blessing, blessing, blessing.
Ever does he like the cold?
You're gonna. It's definitely.
So the Commanders picked Josh Connerly
Conley
Jr.,
Jr.
defensive tackle, Oregon.
Offensive
Again, a
tackle.
very offensive tackle or defensive tackle?
Offensive tackle.
Oh, offensive tackle. Sorry.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think he was on the radar there, so I'm not
no.
sure where they picked. I don't see him listed.
Mhm.
Yep, he's listed 33. Josh Connerly Jr. He's plays in Oregon,
Mm.
just like Harmon did, the guy we hopefully would have drafted but didn't.
Okay. So here we go. Bills, you got to take a corner. All right. And thank God. I was worried about Philly getting one of the top edge rushers, getting one of the top linebackers. Nope.
Nope,
They're not gonna
they're not gonna get it.
not gonna do it.
Oh, got Buffalo.
And
They
Philly.
gonna make it for Kansas City and
Buffalo,
Philly.
Kansas City. Oh, probably not. Oh, they got 5 minutes. Let's go. I don't really Kansas City and Philly. Who cares? They're just supposed to probably be the Super Bowl again. They could take me or
Hopefully
you.
not.
They could draft me or you and be the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah.
okay. It's weird though. It's just really weird. Some of the picks, and maybe it's just you just I don't know, reaching a little bit, going. Hey, you got his pajamas on. That's what I'm gonna be doing pretty soon.
Go Pack, go.
So,
Well, we said that it could be golden, and it was golden.
it
We
was,
didn't
yeah, it
we
was one
didn't
of our
pick
guys.
that,
It's one of
but
our guys. See, call it a night, folks, from this draft. Another cool draft. And tomorrow, Packers could trade up or stay at 54 and maybe still get another decent player. But I'm just gonna see if the Packers
they're
try to.
trying to protect Jaden Daniels by getting him another offensive lineman.
Yeah.
If I put him at right tackle, because
Yeah.
Da Bills.
78 wins, most in a 6 season span without a Super Bowl appearance. God, man.
Yeah, Bills just can't get past Kansas City.
No,
So
no. And again, when Packer fans, um, when we say we can't get past it, and we complain we can't get past San Francisco or whoever, and guess what? Buffalo, they would say, "Shut up." We win, and we still can't do anything. So let's see what their pick is. Looks like they have a pick, and after it, then we're gonna say goodnight. And then
John has no interest in Philly's pick or Kansas City's pick,
no,
or vice versa.
no, because they'll go out and get a halfway decent player. I mean, okay. I just want to see the Bills get somebody good, guys. Pick Will Johnson. Poor guy's been sitting
They do
there.
need a cornerback.
Will Johnson's been sitting there. Go and take him. I could see Philly just to piss us off. Take the guy from Kentucky. Just to make us mad. We're good at that.
The Bills need defensive line help. I don't know. They have a pretty good defensive line. Cornerback, safety, linebacker, inside offensive lineman. There's a lot of teams that need inside offensive lineman. Wide receiver and edge. There isn't a whole lot left.
Yeah.
Except at the cornerback position. So you might see the Bills taking a cornerback. And it won't be Jair Alexander, it looks like. So
No. No, it will not be. And you know what always makes me laugh too is when they do the draft grades right after the draft. Like, no, you gotta wait 2 or 3 years because guys get hurt or guys don't get to play in the offense. There's a new coach, there's a new offensive coordinator. Like, give them 3 years or 2 years. How the hell these guys can be any good? You just don't. It's a crapshoot, really.
yeah. Well, John, we're almost to the end of our 100th episode.
Yes, thank you, sir. It has been a pleasure as always. Andy and I did pretty good, but again, this is a
Stayed
weird
awake.
time. We stayed awake. It is 10:30 here in the great state of Wisconsin. Um,
Bill's pick is in, so it won't be
Bill's pick
long
is
now.
it. Yeah. And then, like I said, Kansas City and Philly, I don't care. You know, they'll do what they do. And when you're picking late in this draft, it's, it's whoever, that looks good. Let's get that guy. Because players, teams that have been in this late in the draft typically are teams in the Super Bowl. So, oh, what happened to this poor kid? I always hate to see young kids in wheelchairs. This makes me
Yeah.
sad. Because, it's like they didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Old guys, whatever. That's going to be Andy and I pretty soon. So, all right. Oh, make a wish. I know Josh Allen's a really cool guy. Hopefully, he is a really cool guy. He seems like a cool guy. Okay. There we go. Good job. Oh, good job. You just want to punch him. All right. And.
Yeah, he's wearing all Bill stuff. So he's gonna be
Oh, they took our corner
Maxwell Harrison.
off the board.
Harrison, sorry.
Harrison. So that probably means
cornerback
Can't-
Maxwell Harrison.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they took a cornerback. We were right, just
Yeah.
not the right one.
So I could see.
Why is that the cornerback from Michigan falling?
I don't know, but I could see Kansas City or Philly taking them. Why not? But they don't really need them. I guess Philly kind of needs them, but Kansas City, maybe. I don't know.
Well, they say they say the Chiefs need a cornerback, so
I guess, yeah. So they'll take Will Johnson.
possibility.
Yeah, and then good for him. Oh, trade alert!
Trade alert!
Trade alert!
What?
Kansas City Chiefs trade pick with
who? Philly.
Philly.
What? Why would they do that?
All right, I'm just gonna see what the Eagles take. I'm thinking they're gonna. Why would they take Will Johnson?
Why would they just trade to go down one pick?
Yeah, it's weird. All right, Philly. I'm guessing Will Johnson just to piss us off. And that's a good pickup for them. They're just gonna add to
Wonder
their
what
defense.
Kansas City received to fall back one pick.
Probably like a
Fourth,
fifth,
fifth,
fourth or fifth round.
That's kind of ridiculous. Why would you do that?
Do that other than if they're going to take Will Johnson, and they just Philly wanted him. Which is weird.
Philadelphia already has a lot of cornerbacks, but that is one of the areas of need, according to CBS Sports.
Yeah, according to Milk. So I'm going to see. Yeah.
And they also need a safety. Maybe they'll take the safety finally.
Take the safety.
South Carolina. Maxwell Harrison.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's a good pick. Okay. Well, good for them. Bills need a corner. We'll see if he can play in the nice, cold, and nippy Buffalo weather. Ain't Kentucky anymore. So, for whatever reason, and I don't understand this at all, Mel Kiper has them either taking Will Johnson, which totally makes sense, or this M. Green guy from Marshall.
Yeah, the defensive tackle.
Yeah. Which Eagles love that.
Is he defensive tackle, defensive end?
He's an edge guy.
Yeah.
I can see the Eagles doing that. That makes sense. So let's go.
That's all they need is another really good player.
I know. If the rich get richer, I get it. But they drafted well, like Andy and I said. They drafted really well. So guess what? That's what happens. When you draft really well, the rich get richer. And when you don't, you got to fill it with free agents, and then you have problems like the Packers.
They also know how to keep the players that are good.
Yeah. But they lost.
And the Packers have made really bad decisions about who they paid.
And the Packers, the Eagles have lost two key players off their defensive line. So probably defensive line I would go, but they still have enough people. But yeah,
Well,
you
they
get.
picked up running back AJ Dillon.
I was talking to my Philly fan at work, and I'm like, if he can remain healthy, you guys have a thumper. But he's not. He'll get hurt. He's gonna get hurt, and that would be that. And
I didn't know they lost offensive guard Makai Becton. He
yeah,
played
no,
really well for them. Who did he sign with
I
them?
don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't
Wish he
follow
would have
it.
signed with us. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Actually. Played really well for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
they
go.
lost edge rusher Josh Sweat,
Yes.
cornerback Darius Slay,
Yeah, and one other guy, defensive tackle, I thought.
Milton Williams.
Yeah. Yeah. So 3 key guys up their defense. So yeah, secondary and let's see.
They could go cornerback.
Yeah.
Again, the rich keep getting richer. Have 3 really good cornerbacks.
Yep. Absolutely. We can't draft one good one. Okay, so the Eagles trade number 32 and the number 64th pick to the Chiefs. They're number 64, but
Hmm.
so that's what?
Second rounder.
164? That's like fourth
Oh, you
round.
said 164.
Yeah, it's like fourth or fifth round.
Yep, that's about what we said.
Mm-hmm.
To go 1.
Okay.
Well, they must have thought somebody was going to jump up and take somebody that they wanted. So
Yeah, I don't understand why. Um, hmm, okay. All right. Let's go.
We might as well stay to the end now, John.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Get ready. If
Much
they make it
ladder.
Oh,
That enlarged prostate.
yep.
Start taking the medication for that. Yeah, the Eagles need defensive line help, safety, tight end, wide receiver, edge, cornerback, and inside offensive lineman. And my guess is they are going to pick a cornerback again. But we shall see who's out there. The edge rusher from Ole Miss, Priceley. Oh gosh, I don't even know how you pronounce his last name. Uman Milan. Princely. I guess there's some defensive ends, edge rushers out there for the Eagles to take, but they're probably going to take a cornerback, right, John?
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. All right, let's
Well,
wrap
still
this bad boy
Siobhan
up.
Ravel Jr. He's still out there, cornerback. Nobody picked him yet, right?
Nope.
He's 6'3" tall and runs a 4.40. So he's still out there. Looks like he's got some size and some speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of East Carolina.
So yeah, the Chiefs will probably trade.
So yeah, there's good cornerbacks still out there for them to take if they were going to take a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some defensive end guys.
Let's go. Let's wrap it up. Get down.
No,
Move your
just
butt.
take our time.
Move your butt.
Boo!
Boo! Go. I'm not doing too bad.
Linebacker Jihad Campbell?
Okay, sure.
Alabama.
Okay, okay. That makes sense, I
Well, I
guess.
guess they thought he was worth the pick.
Why would Kansas City want him?
That was not an area of need that they had listed.
No, they got some really nice linebackers.
But whatever.
I'll take any one of their linebackers, dude. Like trade one to us.
Yeah, even that guy from Wisconsin.
Yeah, they just signed him to a contract, which is weird. New contract, and they had some. They had a couple other linebackers that were really good. I mean, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was like pick is in for Kansas City. Thank God.
Yeah, Jihad was ranked 34th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
About where he was slotted.
That was the guy that was afraid I was going to be Packers going to take.
Oop, geez, pick is in already.
Yep,
You'll be
good.
able to get out of here, John.
Thank God.
Oh, what do they need?
Edge, defensive tackle, cornerback, running back, offensive tackle. The defensive tackle, offensive tackle move. So they can take Will Johnson. Rich get richer.
Yeah, defensive line, cornerback, running back, inside offensive lineman. How many times have we said that in this draft?
Yeah.
Inside offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Edge rusher, safety, wide receiver.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Green Bay, you did an awesome job. I mean, if Detroit can suck it because you're definitely going to get it back. There's no reason I've seen why you would not get another draft back. Maybe not, in the next couple of years, but maybe in the next 5 years, you could get it again. So good job, Green Bay. Looks like hopefully there were no problems. Maybe just some drunk morons acting like drunk morons, but we'll see. uh, so Chiefs, who do they take? Will Johnson, right? Only makes sense.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
Who's gonna finally pick him?
And if they don't, why did he fall out of the first round then? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. I don't
Like
know.
what happened?
Do you have any health concerns?
That I heard. I heard again he was going anywhere from the teens to the late 20s. So anywhere from 17, 16 to 27, basically. That's what I heard. So, and Sanders is still there. And
Oh,
Cleveland,
Shedeur Sanders?
yes, and Cleveland has the first pick of the second round. Come on, you know they're going to take it. Give me a break. Of course they are.
Nobody jumped out of them.
Yeah. All right.
Did we see this before?
Yes, we did. Come on, let's get to the pick.
They're just doing a loop now,
I
over and
don't know
over
what
and
they're
over again.
doing. I don't know. I don't know. And Eagles, good for you. I can see you back in the Super Bowl. And because NFC East, who do you got? Anybody? Except Washington, maybe? Maybe? So
Maybe.
okay. So that's
Well, it's not going to be Dallas.
no. You're gonna win that division running away.
Right.
See, look at Andy Reid. He looks like a coach. He's in his big old shirt. Where's the cheeseburger? Hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
To look at his big old backside there.
Yeah. God,
He has
Andy.
hands on it, hands in his pockets.
God, Andy, just stay alive, buddy. Just I'm begging you, just stay alive. And Chiefs fans, Kelsey is going to play one more year, and then he's done. He's out, and then you're going to have to replace him.
That's
Good
the way
luck.
it's going to work.
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to play another year after this. Never going to happen. I think it's just, and if you watch Kelsey in the Super Bowl, he did not want to be there. But of course, I find out later that he was not feeling well. I'm like, take a Pepto, you know. Come on, you're in the Super Bowl.
Oh, so he had an
It's
indigestion problem.
something he had stomach, whether flu or something like that. But
Mm.
he could not focus. He said he was just
Boo!
boo.
There we go. They're picking end of the first round, the end of episode 100 of
Josh Simmons.
Pick His Blitz. They
Ah!
picked an offensive tackle to
Yeah,
protect Mahomes.
Mahomes. Well, there you go. Buddy, it was another great draft. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you, everyone. I will put this out hopefully this weekend, and you can look at
Yeah.
it and comment. See what
Listen
you
to
think.
us this season
Yes,
coming up.
sounds good. So go Pack Go!
Go Pack Go!